Okay, we're gonna start. Everyone say y'all's names. We're gonna start with Arky. We're gonna go around. You can say a little bit about yourself. Not too much though.
My name is Arky. I stream. I'm from LA. Yeah, I'm a full-time streamer. So 2 weeks ago, my full name is Arky Season.
It's not a full name.
That's really nice.
Close.
My name is Yugi2X. I like streaming a lot. My full name is Yugi2X. And yeah, man, put up the 7.
What's good, y'all? I'm Nas, or No Siree. Moved from New York to chase this shit.
My name is Santipulgaz. You can just call me Santi. You know, I'm a streamer. Just moved to LA like a week and a half, and now I'm living with all my friends in LA.
How's it going, y'all? My name's YBG and shit. Y'all probably know me already know and shit. My real name, Michael Taylor. All these niggas scared to use their real name and shit. What do? What don't I do? It's a real question, yeah.
Be handsome.
We like to have fun. Alright, cut the camera real quick. Nigga, I'm about to beat your ass on camera.
Why you couldn't? He said it.
Hey, I try to tell niggas not to fuck with me, bro. I try to tell them, bro.
Okay, so first we're gonna start off. Everyone, just tell a quick synopsis of your journey, and if you want to talk during someone talking, you know, we can. But we're gonna start with Arky, like your journey as a streamer.
How quick does the synopsis have to be?
Bro, however long you want it to be. It's a conversation.
No, bro, there are stupid questions.
You just said, just a quick synopsis. You said quick. That's what I'm asking.
It's a conversation. Okay, Arky.
Yo. Yeah, man.
When did you start streaming?
Yo, he was starting.
No. Okay, it's a conversation. Let's make it a conversation instead of a turn-based thing. It's a conversation.
I started streaming like 2023, November 1st on my birthday.
You remember the exact date?
Yeah, because it was like my birthday.
It was his birthday stream.
Okay.
Yeah. But I didn't tell anyone because I only had like 15 viewers. I didn't feel like no one was going to thank my birthday, so I didn't tell anyone.
Damn, bro.
Yeah.
And now tell us your journey, man.
Man, started off just in Vegas. I had a little bedroom. I had a twin bed. I was just streaming, yelling. My mom would always wake up in the middle of the night because it was best for me to go live in the middle of the night. So I would wake up my mom, yell. I would just be doing random stuff. My goal was just to be different, but different in terms of like effort. Because I feel like someone who's at 15 viewers, they're not gonna be like with a lot of energy or like buying props and doing this and that or making songs and like running around the room. So that was my main goal, just to really just like carry myself at a level that I wasn't at already. So like, because you got to hold yourself to the level you want to be at. Like a couple months in, there's opportunity for me to cameraman for Jason, and then I took the opportunity, and then we had kind of like a deal. Like I wouldn't get paid, but like he would let me stream, and then I would get money from the stream. So like that was like the deal that we had. So yeah, so then I would do like DLC streams, and I would stream. And then I'll make my money back. Like I would fly out with my own money, boom, and then I would like cameraman, and then I'll DLC stream, and then I'll kind of make it back. But sometimes I didn't. But it was just an investment. And then I'll stream, and then people like me as cameraman, became the cameraman, and then I cameraman for like a year, and then just like a couple weeks ago, we went our separate ways. You know what I'm saying? But that's still my boy. I was just with him today.
I just want to say something. I saw Nas biting his cheeks a little bit earlier. We shouldn't do that.
Do you do that?
What are you talking about?
Maybe do your real appearance and shit. Don't bite your cheeks and shit.
You talking about this?
No, I saw you bite your cheeks and shit. So don't do that.
I always like bite like the little skin off my sides.
I used to do that until my mom told me that one of my cousins used to do that, and then they had to get surgery because the saliva it stopped working. Like the saliva on the mouth stopped.
I think it's Yugi's turn now though.
I was just trying to,
I mean, me, I've always wanted to be kind of a YouTuber, like so just a social media presence. I think I started streaming consistently, or at least seriously, 2022, 2023, or at least seriously, 2023. Obviously, a lot of people, inspire me to like start streaming and whatnot. But at that time, I'd appear on Jason's E-dates. You know what I'm saying? Appear on Jason's E-dates, and then that's where I got to know YBG, Raph, and I guess that was the start kind of OCS. Where, we got invited to a Discord and everything, and then with that, it was easier and easier to make content in terms of like, I guess just having the friends interact and just, talk shit to each other. Yeah, I don't know, I just kept going, and then I inevitably, I got a circumcision surgery that took me out for a month. I don't know why I'm saying this, but it took me out for a month, And that's when I knew like I wanted to stream, because when I couldn't stream for that 1 month, it really, you know what I'm saying, changed my perspective that I didn't want to do anything else. Yeah, man. I mean, for the most part, that's really what it is now. Now, kind of just trying to put my own, be myself. One of my main goals is just to be myself on stream, and just, you know what I'm saying, push the narrative that you don't, you know what I'm saying, you don't have to play a character, or necessarily you don't have to do what other people are doing to try and make it. You know what I mean? Just kind of just be yourself and what you want to be, because at the end of the day, that's what's gonna get you far. And yeah, for the most part, that's really what I do it for.
Okay. Just wanted to point out, y'all can't see right now, but YBG has a hole in his sock. It's right above the 8 too, in between his big toe and his little toe.
Keep showing.
I mean, I'm not gonna show him. But I feel a little bit betrayed that you would bring that up.
I mean, you tried to say I was biting my teeth.
I mean, I saw you doing it, so
Yeah,
I mean, you can say your part in the
Okay.
video. You know.
Me, I feel like, I don't know, me and my group of friends back at home, we just like, we'd watch streams and watch YouTubers, so we just wanted to, you know what I'm saying, go and try to achieve that goal. So I started working, got my own PC, but it seemed like I was the only person that, you know, was like trying to do it when it came down to it. So I don't know, chase the dream for a good amount of time. Met and everybody in here, I met Arky first. Then I don't know where it came. Just everybody just started flooding it. I don't know. And then came to LA randomly. It was so random for DreamCon that we had like a year plan. That was like a plan for like a whole year. We go to DreamCon. I met Ron. Ron brought me to LA, and shit, we've just been here since. And yeah, a goal of mine, I always just decided to, I just wanted to have fun. I just wanted to have fun with my friends and be at the top. And yeah, that's me.
Thank you, Nas. Seems like a support group.
Good for Santi.
Well, I first started streaming, the one viewer for 4 years. It was a hard grip. Oh, okay.
Tell the truth, bro.
Okay. Well, I was a avid Jason viewer, and one day he was hosting E-Date tryouts, and even though I had a girl, I still went on the E-Date tryouts, and then he thought I was funny, and then the next day he invited me out to riz this one girl, and then I started rizzing her, and then from there I just started streaming, and then I already had like a small core of people that would watch me from Jason, and then I just kept streaming. At the same time, I was a full-time engineering student, so I was always doing that on the background, so I never really took streaming seriously. But I always loved it. I feel like I was always the happiest, and through that, I met some of my best friends here. And then I just kept streaming, took a few breaks, was never really consistent, and then recently decided to be consistent, moved out to LA, been here for a week, as I said, and now I'm living with my friends, and now we streaming and shit, so, man, that's it.
His name was Santi the Weenie.
My name was Santi the
Back in
Weenie
the day.
when I first came in the scene.
For me. It's my turn now, yeah? Jeez. Well, my start was, I was just a chatter in Shanks, the Valorant streamers chat, and eventually I became a mod, and I started streaming just to sort of troll. I like trolling streamers. I used to stream type E-Rob, a little bit, Slicker, and Shanks, and then I started watching Jason. He dragged me in one time. It was Chris likes to tell you, he dragged me in to talk to Jason in Prague. Jason thought I was funny, and randomly, I just started joining the Discord whenever he had shit going on, and then I became a mod, then I became his friend, then I met him in person, then I met all these guys, and I would always do my own thing on my stream sometimes, I would just stream after Jason's stream before Jason's stream, whatever, and I got banned for an entire month, the month of May, in 2022, I think. That's when I started streaming. 2023. I started streaming in 2022, late 2022. I got banned for an entire month, and I was like, yeah, I'm just never going to stream again. But, that's why I got close to Santi. I got closer to Yugi. I only got close to Arky, late, and Nas. I got close to them late. But, yeah, I mean, and we all just kept streaming. I'm still trying to find my flow, though.
Well, that brings us to a good point, the creation and the origin of OSCS. And just how everybody met each other. So I guess I'll start it off okay, so first I want to know the creation of BSB and how y'all met each other, because BSB was a group in the comm consisting of Arky, Malik, and Nas and Dylan, but how did y'all meet and how did y'all create that?
It started off, I used to I used to just watch like everyone stream that were just like in the community of Jason. And then there was one day Malik was streaming, and then he was doing like a Discord thing. So then I joined his, and then I just got to talk to him, and then we just chatted up, and then we were cool. And then I got on a call again. Oh no, and then he got on a call off stream in his Discord, and then it was just Nas was in there, I was in there, and there was another guy named Dylan that was part of the BSB that was in there. And then we were just all chatting, and then Malik was like, yeah man, like I want to he was like, yeah man, like I'm a streamer, like I'm trying to stream this and this. And I was like, oh shoot, that's cool. And then Nas was the first one. Like we were all on a Discord call, and then Nas was like, "Yo, you should go live, bro." And I was like, "Nah." I kind of just did it, I would go on like his like E-days and like Discord calls, because I was just shy. So I was like, I'm trying to get out of my comfort zone, because I have like a stutter and I'm shy. So I was like, I gotta grow past it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm getting older, I can't always be stuttering and shit when I'm talking to you. And then I was like, bro, just boot up, and I booted up in that call in the Discord. And then, there was a couple people in there. I got rated, and I was like, oh, dude, this is pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? To chat with people. And then, it just became a thing when we would just, like, stream our Discord calls and just chill. And then down the line, there would be less and less people in the Discord calls, just because, like, not everyone can always be ready and just hop in Discord calls. And then it was just down to us four. And then we were like, yo, man, we're always streaming and shit. And then we seen that, like, y'all had, like, the OCS. And then it was like, we made it as a troll to y'all. We were like, oh yeah, like, let's troll them and let's make our shit like BSB. And then we like created ours, and then like we would just kind of just like troll them, and then we would like spam our emotes.
They had that one.
Yes, bro.
With the purple emoji, that one.
No, it's the
white.
The white.
The white. Oh,
And you would always spam your emotes.
And then I would
like
always
his
spam my-
specific
yeah.
Arky emotes.
But you can't. That BSB shit was hard. The emo,
Okay,
the
what
emo was
did
hard.
What did
They
BSB
hated
stand
it.
for?
That shit was
I
so
hated that
tough.
shit.
When it
I hated
was
it. I was like, yo,
like,
niggas use a BSB emote. Get that shit out of my chest.
What did BSB stand for?
building something better.
Yeah. So it was something better.
OCS stands for awesome chill shit.
Awesome chill shit.
Because our goal with BSB was kind of just to like build ourselves up.
Mm-hmm.
So then it was just So we went for BSB.
But that's the formation of BSB and how they met. But OSCS, the initial creation, was Raph, somebody else in the comm, who was the first person I ever met in the comm, and put me in a call with YBG, and that's how I met YBG. But YBG thought I was a dick rider.
No,
And he didn't like
I didn't
me.
think you were a dick rider. You were just sitting there.
I
like,
was
being
a
like,
dick rider.
Why would you're ugly? Why would you're a bitch? Why would you're a fucking ugly bitch?
Okay.
He was just trying
When
to
you
rage
meet
niggas
somebody
over.
that you've been watching for a while, because I used to watch YBG. Like, bro, you want their attention, bro. So, like, how do you get someone's
Bro,
attention? You be mean to them.
So I was like, yo, this Santi nigga, I don't like him.
Okay, then boom. But eventually, we became friends just by interacting, and we were all in the Discord. Raph and Friends. Yuki, were you in there, like, from the very start? The Raph and Friends Discord?
No,
No,
not from
I
the
wasn't
very
in.
start. The very start was just like me, F, and then it was like some of the girls in the comm, and then it was Gordon.
Yeah.
Because Gordon was friends with all of
Sonny.
them. Yeah, it's Gordon and Sonny. They invited like half the girls that joined, and it was just like, and then it became like a random cesspool. Of, you know what I mean? And then
And from there, was he? Yuki, were you in Raph and Friends?
Was I in Rap and Friends at Discord?
he got
Yeah,
invited.
I
Yeah, he got
invited
invited after.
Yeah,
Okay.
I got invited after.
Okay. How did you get invited? Like, who invited you? Like, how did you even get into the comm and everything? Because at that point, I didn't know you.
I mean, at that point, I've been watching Jason since like, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like when since like the start, since that he had like 2 viewers on that motherfucker. So I was always just around, but I just one day just decided, oh fuck, I'm gonna tap in with different people around the community. And there was this dude named Jake, you know what I'm saying? Jake had invited me to the server, or invited a couple of us to the server, and obviously I knew y'all through like streams, or I knew IBG through streams, so I was like, oh shit, that's pretty cool, but I wasn't really tapped in like that, right? So then after that, that's when I started talking to Raph a little bit more and more, and then when YBG got banned in 2023. We would me, Raph, and YBG for like a whole month for like 3 stack, just for like a whole month.
But was that still in Raph and Friends, or
That was still Raph and Friends.
Yeah.
OCS was still.
That was OCS.
because
before
OCS, it was started June 2023.
Yeah.
That's when they
that
But there was two
June
servers
2023.
before that. There was Motion,
motion. Yeah,
which was just like that was like a tight group,
Yeah.
tight group.
I wasn't
even in Motion, like, and then Raph and Friends, I was in, and then that sort of became the main, and then we were
Wait, that could be our saying, Motion.
Nah.
That's
Like
already,
structure?
That's already like
That's
a saying.
structure. That's been a
Oh,
thing.
okay.
Yes.
Motion benefit.
Okay, but then boom, in June 2023, Raph decides that the old Discord server. Well, I
Too
think
many people.
too many people. It's a
Like-
cesspool, of random people.
Random.
What people like exclusivity.
Yeah.
So we gotta make shit exclusive. So then Raph starts handing out select invites to more people. And the thing about us, bro. So how old were we around this time? Like 19,
23, yeah.
19, 20? And bro, like, I mean, we gotta be honest, bro. We were losers, bro. No? Do y'all agree?
No, I don't think so.
Bro, we were on
we
we were
Well,
on
the thing is-
Discord for 8 to 10 hours a day chilling with each other.
Thing is, I could definitely say you were a loser.
You
Yeah.
definitely
Okay.
were.
That's the
Probably
thing.
you.
Okay.
But I don't think the rest of us were.
Bro, okay.
We were just chilling.
Okay, the amount of time that we spent on Discord together, like, bro, I think it's abnormal. And I think that's what I like about us.
I think we were just being bros.
Dude, just being bros.
That's what I'm saying. But, like, I don't think it's normal for you to meet or become this close with people through Discord. I think maybe some people won't understand that. Like, the bonds that we have that we made through Discord and being, like, real life friends.
Well, a lot of people who are watching this absolutely
You think?
have
You think so?
close
Yeah,
friends
like-
on Discord. Absolutely.
Not even Discord, like PlayStation parties.
Oh yeah.
Everything?
Absolutely.
Like, you met through Discord?
Because that's the new wave,
That's
bro.
the new
I
wave.
mean, back in the day, you go out to the playground or whatever, nigga, and it's like, hey, can Tommy come out to play? Nigga, that's like back in the day, bro.
Yeah.
My mom used to say, nigga, what if their dad kidnaps you? You're not going over to no one's house.
Like,
So then I'd be on PlayStation party with my niggas.
did y'all always meet your friends through Discord? Because I think the first friends that I ever met through the internet was y'all.
Well, you didn't have internet for a long time, didn't you?
Well,
Yeah,
for,
man.
for,
You
mo-
haven't
for,
until
for
you
most of
were
my
high
life
school.
growing up, and then right before COVID, that's when I really started. I got internet
So,
because I lived at a very rural place too. So
I'd say my first time making online friends was like Roblox. Like,
Yeah.
that was like way back in the day.
Back in the day.
Y'all had online.
My
friends.
my first console of any type was a PC.
Yeah, laptop.
Okay, but I thought maybe people want to get it, but maybe it's normal. But I mean, okay, but we're all spending together like 8 hours a day together, like every single day. When I'm talking about every single day, I'm talking about every single day, like we're the real life friends. So yeah, that's why the exclusivity, like, it basically felt like we're like, I don't know, that's just how it felt. And so one day, Raph decided to create a Discord server called On Some Chill Shit, aka OCS, in June of 2023, and he sent out his invites. At this point, I was no longer friends with YBG. Because
he started reading out my number on my
because I was going through a bad breakup and I was retaliating on everybody.
And he
It was
like,
a breakup.
All right, why would you read out your phone number? Because I was like, Santi kept saying shit. I was annoying me. I was like, Santi, I'm muting you, bro. And I fake muted him. He's like, bet. All right, I'm reading out your phone number. And he read out the first 3 digits to my phone number, which is your area code, by the way.
Yeah.
And so I blocked him on everything. I'm like,
Yeah.
yo. Now I'm not
And I would
gonna-
message him and I'd be like, bro, did you block me? He'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. He treated me like a little bitch.
That's
and yeah, so I was in a 5-year relationship with this girl and she found out I was rizzing girls on Jason the Weensy Day. And because her dad got it recommended to her on the TV in her house.
wow.
Because her dad used to watch the Nelk Boys. So recommended at the bottom was my face next to Sky Bree's face. And he was like, what the
That's
fuck?
bad.
And then on the big TV in front of the whole fam is me just saying, yo, Sky Bree, I'm trying to crack that, or whatever the fuck I was saying.
That is like the worst
Okay,
possible
but
scenario.
I would never, ever interact with any girl ever off stream. It would always be on stream. Some of them would try to add me, and I would never add them. I was very loyal. But I just didn't tell her what I was
What's
doing.
Sky Bree gonna fly you out?
I told her no. Sky Bree was gonna fly me out, but I told her no. But I don't think she was serious. I don't think so. But then, boom, the creation of OSCS, the server. Okay, but yeah, we weren't friends because of that, because I, half leaked his number. And then during that time was when YBG and Yugi became very close. Mm-hmm. So how would you guys talk about?
Valorant, bro.
Valorant, bro,
Valorant.
and every day, and the only time me and Yugi ever argue is when we're playing the game, bro. And it's literally scary, bro, because
You go from Valorant to fuck you.
yes,
nigga,
no,
you
it would be way bigger than Valorant. And the thing is, we stopped playing Valorant. we hadn't had an argument in so long. We played Valorant one game, bro. One game. Right back to it like it never changed. Bro.
Even it didn't matter if it was a quick play or swift play. Like, bro, there was one time where we're playing with Suki. Bro. YBG rage based the fuck out of me, bro, and we just go off on each other, bro.
Bad, bro.
Oh, it's not even about the game anymore.
Not about the game.
It was mainly Valorant that like literally kind of like brought us together in a way. It's like. It's just like constant talking. You know, obviously the downtime of just like looking for a lobby, scrolling TikTok. You get to it sounds crazy, but you get to know like somebody else's humor and stuff like that. And then boom, that's how you you catch a vibe, and then boom.
And the thing is, it wasn't even like arguing like, yo, you're ugly. It's like the thing with me and Yugi is when we butt heads, bro. It's because we think the same, but like. Bro, because like I'll be like, nah, Yugi, you was supposed to go there and do that, and he'd be like, nah, bro, you gotta do it like this and that, and so that's why we
hard-headed.
It's like we both hard-headed, but we think in the same way, just in different fonts. Yeah, that's really how it is. So that's why it brought us closer after every argument.
And the next thing you know, we were talking about real life stuff.
Yeah,
that ended up, getting deeper and deeper, and stuff like that. It really just molds a friendship, in my opinion.
So that summer's like when y'all really became really close.
I always say it like this: him getting banned brought it very close together. Yeah. And obviously, being banned is very bad, and I wouldn't have wanted that. But like him getting banned that month was just like it like started the mold. It didn't make the mold, but it started the mold for sure.
Because I got banned in May, and then February. And a few months after that, February, I was going to Streamer Wars. I was like, Yugi, come with me.
And then he invited me.
Yep.
To the first, and I'll never forget.
The Streamer Wars.
Sounds getting jealous, yeah.
No, I'm thinking of like, because what I'm wondering is what y'all were doing at the same time. June 2023. Can y'all remember? Like, I feel like that's really when I first started to hear like y'all's name or y'all coming into our chats when did BSB start even?
It was like June 2023. June.
That's when I risked Guy Brief, if that does anything to context.
Then I came into the comm during TwitchCon. That was when I came in. During
so that's
they came. It was in 2023.
It wasn't?
Because 2023 TwitchCon. It was 2024 when they built.
Dang.
It was a long time.
No, we were here December 2023.
Yeah.
December 2023. Because I remember he was wearing a Stitch onesie. And then you were
that was October.
Shirtless, right?
No, it was 2023 because that's when I got in the comm. But like BSB,
BSB.
Are you talking about BSB like in general?
Yeah.
BSB was like.
You do look like Stitch, bro.
Okay, Stitch cute like that. I think BSB started like November. Yeah, November.
So okay. Then boom, that summer. Y'all became really close. OSCS like started forming like the core members and everybody a part of it. Y'all were gaming a lot, and then boom, August, September is when I come back and make my return to joining the calls. And at first, bro, it was a little bit awkward. Whenever I joined the call, people would hush up, cause I don't know. That's just how people are. Like, I don't know. Damn.
I mean,
people are sassy, bro.
No, I mean, niggas was talking about like some serious shit,
and then I would join.
It's like I don't really want this nigga to know that.
But if you keep doing it, then eventually, like, bro, because then it would be like, boom, it'd only be me and YBG in the call, and we started playing Warzone, and then we mended our relationship. Yeah. And then boom, one day we were just all talking, and we were just like, fuck it, let's start a Minecraft server. And it sounds so weird to say like I don't know, but that's like really Yugi started a Minecraft realm, and we invited everybody in the fucking comm, like OCS and a bunch of girls and shit like that. Jason, and then that's when I would first call Yugi my friend. Yeah. And we started talking, and Yugi, YBG, me, Raph, like all of us, we would talk like every single day, and then boom, became friends, brotherhood. We would talk about some real shit. And at that time, I entered a relationship, and we kind of all had love interests.
We all had our one thing.
We all had that one thing. And it was, some shit was off stream, Yeah. And, shit got real, and we bonded over that. And then, boom, TwitchCon happens, which is crazy to look back on. I wasn't there.
Talk about Dallas. That's when...
No, but TwitchCon was
that. Oh, you're talking about the...
Yeah. I want to reference it just because it's crazy to look back on. Like, y'all were in, like, a shitty-ass house. Like,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
The old it was terrible. Yeah. I remember, I think that B&B was like $800 for the whole 3 days.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was $800 for the whole 3 days because we couldn't book anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, we booked flights all last minute. I booked like a $500 flight to Vegas, which is like a, you know what I'm saying? It's like an hour flight, so it's just like I fleeced. But it was kind of worth it because it's just like, if you look back on it, it's just like, bro, I was sleeping in the corner of the bed, Jada having Raz sleeping on the bed, and then just being able to just meet everyone, just from then to now, thinking about it now. Sometimes I never go back to those moments, but it's crazy to think that, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like we were trying to just like trying to make just ends meet. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, it's not ends meet, but like just trying to make shit work. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's just good to reference because going from again back then to now, it's crazy how much we've advanced.
And then we would go continue to talk in calls every single day. That was like a lot of people's first time meeting up in person.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but I wasn't there. YG wasn't there. But that was your first time meeting Jason. And then boom, we're still in the calls talking every single day. And around that time,
that wasn't my first time meeting Jason was. Oh no, was it?
It was.
It was. You're right. It might be.
And then boom, around that time, a little bit after, then is the creation of BSB, as y'all have talked about. And then is that when y'all started like going to our chats, or did y'all already know us? Like when did y'all first like hear of OCS? I guess.
I feel like it was random. It was like random. I remember I went in the first time going to YBG chat. I was rage baiting the fuck out of him. I was like, nigga got a Batman light switch.
Oh my god, I remember that.
I was like, little ass mini who.
Oh, I remember that. I got real mad.
I
got real mad.
I was just poking at this nigga, and then he was randomly like, that look like he clicked on my profile. He was like, that little lap bet you can't even roll around.
Oh my god,
that bet was big
I got
as shit.
mad enough.
I remember that.
What about you, Arky?
I used to watch Jason for like since 2022, but I just used to never like chat. So it's like I knew of everyone. I just never chatted before. And then I started chatting once I started streaming, and I would just like rage bait too. Like I would go in Sasi's chat, and then I would troll him. Like I would be like, yeah, bro, like your shoes are fucking ugly.
Bro, no, we were talking about this the other day. There's literally a TikTok out on my page, and it's literally I made a TikTok because I used to edit my own shit, and it was like just Arky's chat message, and it goes on the screen. It's like, yo, shoes whack as fuck. Them shit's whack, bro. And it says Arky season, and then it's just me like, bro, what the fuck? I can't even have shoes on anymore. It was just New Balances. So yeah, but. When did you first appear on a Jason E-Day? Because I mean, most of us got our start from a Jason E-Day. I mean, yours was a little bit different, but...
Mm-hmm. I was on my first day I was on, it was a Guess the Race, or it was Guess Your Body Weight. It was in like...
I think it was a body weight.
Yeah, I think it was body weight. Yeah, I was shirtless. Yeah, it was October 2023, or it was September. It was like late September or October, and then yeah, I just joined, and then I was all like, oh shit. Like I'm gonna be shirtless, like with a red hat, just cause in Vegas it's hot as fuck, so I'm always shirtless, and I was all like, I had an afro, so I was like, I'm gonna just throw on a red hat, cause my afro was looking musty.
Damn,
that's
kind of crazy.
Like literally at some last second shit, I was like, fuck, I'm throwing a hat, and I was already shirtless, so I was like, boom, and then I joined up, and then I was like, yo Jay, I called him Jason at the time. I was like, yo Jason, man, I was like, hey man, like you be hosting the E-Days, and then I was like, hey man, I'll be down to hop in one, and he was like, shit, alright, bet.
We used to call you sexy nigga.
No, back then he was good.
Back then we used to call you sexy nigga,
bro. Oh my god, I remember one interaction that y'all had. I think you were doing segment.
It was like I think it was like a
picking people from like the drag.
Yeah. Cause I was cycling through niggas. Yes. I dragged Arky. I'm like, nigga, you sexy, you getting in, bro.
You handsome as fuck.
I said, nigga, you sexy, you getting in next. That's what I said.
I remember that.
Oh my god, bro. Yeah. That's crazy that he used to be handsome, bro.
Bro, he's still handsome, bro. He's still handsome.
Used to. Bro, come on.
But, then boom. Then at this time, BSB and OCS, we kind of had like a little rivalry going on. We would drop diss tracks.
Oh, yeah.
Like, y'all would rage bait us. He would spam a little ARK, or your little Arky emotes. Like, you would spam a little cap,
like
or,
the demon,
or you dancing.
The demon. That's what I was thinking about, bro. The little purple demon.
The demon, bro. Like with the mask. That shit was so funny.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God, bro. And then at this time, Arky and Yugi, I think y'all met, right?
Dude, I'd be having like yelling segments with them.
How did y'all meet? How did y'all meet?
It was through.
Oh, it was through Jake. Yeah, I remember.
We were playing Fortnite.
And then we streamed
my
God, that is crazy.
It was through Killer.
I remember
Killer and Ray.
Yeah,
Killer and Ray. Those are like friends of theirs.
I did like a late night. I remember wow, that's crazy. I did like a.
It was like some community. No, like it was just gaming.
It was something. Yeah, it was just gaming.
And was it on stream? I think it was off.
No, someone was live. I don't know if it was me,
live.
but then I remember it was Arky. I think Nas as well. Ray and Killer, and they were just constantly just killing. And I got mad as shit. Like I was at that time, I was just getting mad at everything.
But I didn't even want to do it. I remember I was just chilling in a car with like Nas and just a couple other people, and then we were like just like chatting, like some late night, and then boom, like these two dudes joined, and they were like, "Yo, bro, you gotta help us like stream snipe these dudes real quick." And I was all like, "Screw it, bro, like let's do it." And then we stream sniped them, and then bro, they started getting so mad, and I was like, "Nah, this is funny."
Bro, and
then we kept doing it.
I remember seeing on someone from BSB stream that I was like, "Nigga, Yugi's screaming at them niggas." And
I click on, and
he's like,
started,
"Fuck you, nigga! I'm still making money doing this shit."
That started.
And it started like the rivalry.
That started like those calls, because those calls it'd be like Arky, Malik, and Nas in a call.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden they would say something because I was like, yeah. And then I would join and try to 1v3.
It was 1v3. I remember that
because
bro.
CC decided to send this nigga.
Oh my god! I remember Nas was very. Or I don't know who was, but no, Malik. Sorry, Malik was very strict on who. You know what I'm saying? Obviously the exclusivity thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then they obviously when it's your stream and you're able to talk, you're always gonna have the upper hand. Mm-hmm. And I was like, yo, CC, send me a invite. I'm about to cook these niggas, bro. And then I entered the call and I just took off my shirt and I started yelling. And at that time I had the headset mic. So I put the headset on, put that motherfucker on, and run around my room jumping while talking shit. Like I remember just sweating. And then I would go from Nas to Arky to Malik, then back to fucking Arky. And then at that time, Arky, I think Arky was too like he wasn't like used to like at first, like that first one, he wasn't good at the shit talk.
No, I wasn't, bro. Like I was like a quiet kid.
Like,
like I was like a quiet kid, bro. I was like, oh shit, like I was like,
so I got the upper hand on that one because none of them maybe Malik a little bit, but then I would take care of Malik. And then that second time they had me running for my money though, because I remember he learned sometime, I don't know what the fuck, he
I was studying him.
They were training. They were studying game.
No, but basically this is what I did. I basically just like, no, because like, I would like watch the stream and I would see whatever would get him mad. Yeah. I was all like, I was like, yo, but next time you're in a call, I'm saying that. Because I would keep the messages that would get him mad in his chat.
Oh my God. He studied game. And when he studied game, I can't really say nothing because, you know what I'm saying, at that time I didn't really watch. And then that's why whenever the whole Edward and then the you remember the Thanos 5 thing?
Oh yeah,
that's why I used to farm the fuck out of that shit because that's the only thing I had. And so when he found that shit out, I had nothing to say. So that second time it was very rough. And then J-Dub and Raph entered the call, and they get cooked. They didn't do shit. This shit would make things worse.
They tried to join to make it fair, like a 3v3. And then we just
and then it was just not fair because they just kind of brought down everything. And then I got cooked. I got cooked. And then that's when you found out. You were like, that's when you're like, damn, bro. And then you were trying to rage bait me. He's like, you got fucking cooked. I was like, I'm never entering a call like that again, bro. Yeah,
bro. But wait, sorry. Was that when to me the iconic thing where like Arky showed his bank account or?
Oh my God!
It
was one of those days.
That was one of those days.
I think I had said something like, bro, because I had a habit of just saying I had a habit of just saying
first
shit.
thing comes to your mind,
bro. The type of thing like, yo, if I could say something louder than him and faster, then I win. So I hit him with like, bro, show me your bank account, bro. You're not making more than 10 bids.
No. And then I put it up, bro.
Up to the camera.
No, wait, bro. Little does he know,
bro.
That was a fake bank account. I had it ready the whole time.
So he shows that. I'm like, damn, but I gotta keep going. You can't just stop talking. You can't just not stop talking. Like,
what did you say?
I don't know. I would change the subject.
But that shit had like 70 bands in it.
No, you gotta change the subject.
I was like,
People were saying that Arky did stocks and shit.
Yes. I was like, yeah, he older, bro. He got money. Like, I was like,
he 24, like he been doing stocks and
that
shit.
That shit was fake as hell. I had that bitch ready.
No, nigga, I thought that was real.
I thought
it was real, bro.
And then you gotta change the subject.
No, that ass though.
You gotta change the subject. I think I changed the subject to like hood shit. Like, bro, I don't know, like something about the streets or something. And I don't know if it was that same call, but then he shows his lockbox with a gun.
Oh, I remember.
Yeah, what the fuck? I remember he showed a gun.
He shows his
lockbox. And that was a real gun?
He shows it. Yeah, that's
real.
real.
Oh my God, I remember that.
And then I started streaming later that day, I remember, and I was like, dude, Arky showed his lockbox. I'm so fucking like scared. Obviously trolling the fuck out of him, but I was like, oh no, I'm scared. Arky going boom my shit. Like, I remember that stream vividly because then he was in the stream. I forgot, but it was just trolls. Like at the end, like he showed it. And then, because someone was streaming, I think it was Malik. And then later I booted and then I was like, oh, I'm so scared of Arky, Then after that, then it became like a little rivalry thing. I guess like a spoken, unspoken thing where it's like, oh, a rivalry thing to the point where like I started just tapping in with them. And then I remember vividly, I was like, I don't know, I think it was the same stream where there's this one clip where you do like a demon voice and Casey comes in the chat. Like, it's like a vivid stream because after that little moment, I go into, I say like, oh shit, somebody in my chat comes into my chat and says, Arky's doing a stream with Kinsoro. And then I'm like, oh fuck, really, bro? I really gotta go. I'm gonna end stream so I could go watch that. I think I said that or something around those lines. Like, oh, I'm gonna end real quick so I could go watch
the IRL New York ones.
Yeah, where he was. Dude, yeah,
that's when I first really started getting tapped in with you. Wow. Because I would go into the chat. And I was like, this motherfucker really flew out for this girl. This hard. Like I thought it was hard that he flew out for Kinsoro.
That shit was some new shit to me, bro. Dude, I never went out to hang out with a. That was my first time hanging out with a girl. First time ever.
Oh my God.
On God. First time ever hanging out with a girl.
So surprising.
First time. And I flew out across the country, bro, all the way to New York. And it was, we would hang out off stream during the daytime, and then like nighttime we would stream.
Ooh,
that was my first time ever, bro.
Wow.
So like it was all new to me. I was like, fuck it, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be different. So I was like, I'm gonna go do this, bro. Spend mad money, but hey. That shit was cool. That was when Jason first found, or like that's like I used to hop on the stream, but that was when he found my Twitch and followed me.
Oh yeah.
Because I remember you were doing streams with Mango Kitty too, or Suki.
Yeah, Suki. Oh, yeah. That was my first IRL stream. I went, dude. It was in Vegas. She was pulling up for some. It was like in January 2023. Yeah, I went shirtless inside a Jollibee. I was just doing random shit, bro. I was in my Jeep with shirtless in a Jollibee.
I remember seeing you like IRL with like Jake Jaggers and like.
You IRL with Jake Jaggers?
I remember.
That was like.
Is that way later?
That was way later.
Way later. Oh, I'm dumb.
No, I remember that was one of my roasts when he took off his shirt in Jollibee.
What?
I was like, damn, bro, you really went shirtless in Jollibee? You a pedophile, nigga?
Yeah,
no.
Leading kids in the back.
It was his habit of putting pedophile allegations.
I just call niggas pedos. I just call him a pedo.
So then he used to call me that, and then I would get mad and be like, no, Arky, you took off his shirt in front of a whole bunch of little ass kids.
Bro, what do you say, bro? When they call you a pedo, no, I'm not.
Yeah,
like, bro, there's nothing you can say, bro.
I remember they would be arguing, bro. I remember the stream effed for like 10 minutes. I joined the call and these two are still yelling at each other. I'm crying, laughing. I'm like, bro, this stream is.
Oh my God, yes, the stream would be effed. I don't care if the stream's that nigga, you still a bitch.
But the thing is, bro, like that shit dead ass makes niggas like tighter, bro.
Do y'all think y'all became tighter or like closer because of that?
Yeah.
Because then, when was the first time that y'all linked in person? Because I feel like y'all's friendship is such like the Yam fam, like such a crucial part of just like everything, and it's so strong. But just like the creation of that, like when do y'all first meet in person?
It was the club stream. No, it was the
club
stream.
It was the club stream.
That was y'all's first time meeting.
Yeah, that was my first. Or it was my second time cameraman for Jason.
It was the first time. Yeah, I pulled up. It was just good. It was just good vibe because BSB was there as well. So it was kind of just like calm. We didn't chat as much, if I remember correctly. It wasn't that much, like as in depth. And the second, was it the second one? Yeah, the second OC one. I kind of started to like understand his character a little bit more, and how he was. I mean, this is like kind of skipping, obviously, because we're gonna get into it. But going into the Dallas B&B, I remember I was like out of my mind, like I was out of it, like I was drinking crazy, but I meant it though, because I remember it. I remember putting him aside, and then I was like, bro, don't ever like you like not you inspiring me, because I said that later, but I told him like, yo, bro, keep going crazy, like. You know what I'm saying? Anything I say to you, like, I don't really mean it, like, seriously. Like, I remember I was drunk out of my mind. It was in that one little corner, I forgot why I did it. I just pulled him aside and I said, I don't remember exactly, but it was around the lines like, yo, bro, keep going. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you really push people to, like, go crazy or stuff like that. And then, or something around those lines, but it was something heartfelt. And then, yeah, from that moment, I kind of just, like, you know what I'm saying? I think that's where it's, like, the kind of spark. The spark is just like, oh, this guy's pretty cool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel like we bonded during, like, the, it was during, like our DLC streams. Like, we would just, like, we'll be streaming for, like, 12 hours straight.
No one else was awake.
Like, getting no sleep, and then it would just be, like, me and him, and then we'd just be just talking, chatting, and it was just boom, and then we just like grew stronger like that too. So then yeah, so
And
now
like
it's
there's
like
that kind of the iconic clip of me just talking, like it kind of foreshadows, you know what I'm saying? Like those calls where he shows the logbox where me saying he took off his shirt, it happened IRL, you know what I'm saying? That one
I
clip,
see that
right?
shit sped up.
Yeah, so it's sped up clip, so it kind of just foreshadows, and then yeah, bro. Then off of that alone, it's just it just automatically. He moved to LA to take the risk, and then I didn't have no friends. So then it was like, oh, okay. I mean, yeah, he, you know what I'm saying, he's pretty cool. Let's try it, and then next thing you know, there's obviously a lot of things there, but next thing you know, he's probably my best friend in the world.
So going back just a little bit of how. Aw.
Oh, I almost cried there, bud. Oh my God, Jesus.
Okay, so going back just a little bit. So I think one of a big moment that I remember was the Streamer Awards, because YBG got.
Everyone dabbed each other up and you didn't get one, bro.
I didn't.
I dabbed you up?
Yeah.
I don't even remember dabbing you up.
I didn't see that either.
Alright, there you go. I'll be friends with y'all. I'll let you know more.
I did like subconsciously. It was pretty sweet. I did subconsciously, I just did it because I love you. Okay, going back a little bit. Streamer Awards. YBG got invited by Jason, and then YBG, first place one, took Yugi.
Mm-hmm.
And Yugi lived in LA at the time. And so for the Streamer Awards, Jason stayed at your crib. In the Watts.
No. That was the Christmas concert that he stayed at my crib.
Oh yeah, that was.
For Streamer Awards, he didn't stay at your crib?
No, he stayed at the hotel in downtown.
Oh,
Yeah, that was the
but-
Feliz Navidad.
That's
what that was.
Okay, but there's a lot of IRL moments like that. Boom, the Streamer Awards. Boom, this. Y'all meeting each other IRL. That was the first time, right? Streamer Awards.
Me and
Y'all
Yugi,
met
yeah.
each other?
me and Yoji, yeah.
How was it meeting each other IRL?
Just like the same.
It was natural. I remember
natural.
I remember we always reminisced on how natural it was, because it was like you know how there's like sometimes when you meet somebody IRL, or at least I thought like there's like this little awkward phase that you're like, oh, you don't know if I could really do this without this person reacting, or blah blah blah, vice versa. But for me and him was like kind of just natural. I picked him up. I remember I picked him up in the Chinese theater the first time.
Yeah.
I picked him up at the Chinese theater, and then I was like, fuck it, bro, let's fucking just stream. Let's stream. And then it was just kind of a little IRL stream, and just dropped soup
I
on
dropped
me.
fucking soup all over
And,
him.
yeah, and then it was just like funny, and then we walked around. It was, to be honest, nowadays it would be viewed as like a BS stream technically, but it was just kind of just genuine and just natural for the most part. And then it was just like, yo, it's just like that, like it was on Discord, to be honest. You know what I'm saying?
That stream was fire. I remember we was in the chat and we were like donating when you guys were in the store. So
Yeah.
Like, and then we was like, yo, we getting this shit lit. And then niggas like, oh, you happy you putting money in your pockets in our BSB? I tough. I was like, what? That shit pissed me off. But I was like, bro.
Like you and Arky, like y'all were all like.
Yeah, and Suki.
Yeah.
Dude,
I was
Suki, bro. Damn.
Yeah.
I remember we entered a Starbucks, or no, Coffee Bean something. It was
Yeah,
a Coffee
yeah.
Bean place. And then people started donating, and it was them, obviously. And then, because nobody was donating at that time. You know what I'm saying? Nobody was donating at that time. And then it was them. And then, it just made for a good, just genuine, it was just genuine for the most part, I think I'd say. And I think that's pretty cool.
So a lot of genuine boom, building up, meeting IRL. It feeling the same as Discord, because a lot of the bonds that we made through Discord. Then boom, Arky. During this entire time you're living in Las Vegas, when do you finally make the move to LA, and why? During this time you're streaming a lot more, you're grinding, Kid Sora streams, Suki streams, a lot of IRLs. That's when I first started getting tapped in with you, because you would go crazy. Like, you were the one streaming the most out of everybody in the comm. I'll say that.
Yeah, I would say it was after Jason, he technically, he said, oh yeah, man, you could be my cameraman. And then boom, I was like, oh shit, bad. Like, I'm the cameraman. But then I go back home, and then he's still streaming, and I'm like, wait, I'm low key not the cameraman, but he said I am. So I was like, how can I bridge that gap? So I was like, I gotta go to LA, because I heard he's going to LA soon. So I was like, I'm gonna be in LA, but he doesn't know I'm from Vegas. Still, I used to just tell him I'm from LA. So I was like, I'm about to just go out there, and I'm about to just stay at my dad's crib. Like it was like a studio, apartment. It was probably literally this big. Swear to you, literally maybe this big. And then I would sit on a speaker. I would just go out there. I didn't have a setup at the time. I was just there, and then I tried to get the setup and stuff. I brought it from Vegas, and I was like, yo, I'm gonna make it happen. And then I remember I pulled up the day of, because there was a phase party, I pulled up and I was all like, he's gonna need a cameraman for this. Like, there's no way he's gonna go to a party and selfie. So I was like, I drove out and then I just stayed there the whole day. I was just waiting, and then I was all like, damn. And I was watching the stream and then I seen he was going to the party. So I was like, he probably got someone. So then boom, I get in my car. I think I'm on call with Nas, and I'm like, damn, bro, like it didn't work. So then literally, I'm like right in front of the freeway where it says Vegas, or it says like Hollywood. I'm like, oh, let's go back to Vegas, man. It didn't work. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh man, like at least I tried. And then boom, the whole chat starts spamming, and then I was like, yo, don't leave yet. I'm like, wait, what? And then boom, I get a phone call. Jason's like, pull up, and I was like, boom, like let's go. And then I was like, that was when I became like the official cameraman, because I was there for like the party stream in like LA. And then then that was like the start of it. You know, it's like you really just gotta like, I see it's like you gotta put yourself in the position to get lucky. Cause I really just pulled up and like I could have just went home. You know what I'm saying? I could have just waited, just wasting my time again. But then boom, they were like, yo, get Arky, like he's in LA. And then that was that. I stayed out there.
When you would like appear on Jason streams and stuff like that, like what was your thought process? Because or was it a lot of like randomness? Because I remember I used to look at it in a way like this is an opportunity, like I gotta do something. And I know YG thought it would have been in a completely different way. Like you would just be yourself and natural. But I remember I used to like, this is weird to say, but whenever like I would appear, like I would like have a segment where I would practice like what I was gonna do. So I would be funny, like for somebody to fall back on in case like, cause like I always saw it as like an opportunity at the very beginning, like with the E-dates and stuff. And of course later it turns into something genuine and stuff like that in friendships. But like during that time, like how do you read like I'm gonna stand out, like I'm gonna make an impression?
Me, I was an overthinker, so it's like, boom, like if I was gonna be on an E-date, I would always have some ready just in case if I like freeze up. I was like, oh, I could just break out this in my pocket. It's like a fun little thing to show. Like I would always have some ready, cause that's just how I always think. I was like, you know what I'm saying? Like I never want to be caught like unprepared, cause I don't know. I feel like I might freeze up. So it's like even when I would go on Jason's stream, I would just always like, I would just have like a Pocky in my pocket, or I would just always have something, you know what I'm saying? Just be like, yo, boom, like Arky's doing this. You know, like I would always just try to be funny in some way, just in case. Cause I didn't think I was like a funny person. I was just someone like, I was just like one thing like a quote that I heard, it was like from Asian. Like, Asian said, you don't gotta be like the funniest or like the most creative person, but as long as you have a plan, you can win. So it's like me, I always came with a plan. So yeah, I just always like, I had something in the back of my mind to do, like just always. So yeah, so that was kind of how I thought about it. Like just like.
And how did you think about it?
Coming on Jason's stream.
Because I remember at the beginning, you weren't yourself. Like I don't know.
No, I'd play a real distinct character. Like I'd even have like the accent behind it. Like I had like an accent behind my stuff. Like it was bad. Like at that time, I think I saw like I didn't really see streaming that's really serious at that time. That's why I was very, how do I say it? I was just very too. I was gonna try to be everyone's liking, like to just try to make it onto just the spreadsheet. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like just the people pleaser. That's exactly the person pleaser. So it's like whenever they would like, oh, bet. Obviously the main name that people would bring on, not on E-days, but just in general, like, oh, bet we're gonna play a game. My goal was to, I want one of my names to be on that list of who he's gonna play games with at that time. You know what I'm saying? So obviously number one would be YBG. Then at that time it'd be Raph. And then I wanted to be that third person slot or that fourth person. I wanted to chat to, you know what I'm saying? Just
Valorant 5 stack. It would be Jason, J-Dab, Raph, Yugi, YBG.
Yeah, I wanted to be one of those. I wanted to be one of those people. So at that time, I was a very, just a person that everyone or tried to be a person that everyone could like, even though I wasn't. But you know what I'm saying? And yeah, I think that was one of my goals. And then off of that, like again, I thank YVG again for a lot of things, because I remember at that time I had lost the channel, or not lost the channel, but I couldn't get partner on that channel, and he had rated me and shouted me out and everything. Like obviously it's off course, but like for that reason alone, I was like, that's when I think I was like, yo, maybe I can, maybe I could do something. So at that time, it was definitely, I was like, oh shit. At the very beginning, it was more like, hey, I'm getting a couple $100 from this. Let's do it. But then it turned into, maybe we could really do something.
And Nas, during this time, were you streaming as well too? Were like with Arky streaming and grinding, were you also streaming?
Yeah, I streamed before I got in the car. I was streaming.
You were always a streamer.
Like I'd say it was like a month. It was like a month of me. It was like a month or 2 weeks of me streaming, and then I had rated Dylan. I remember I had rated Dylan, and then Dylan introduced me to Malik, and then through Malik, it's like he would bring me in calls. I remember this one time he like brought me in a random call to argue with Laser Boy, and I was like, I'm not arguing with this kid. This nigga look 16. I'm not arguing with this little ass kid.
Laser Boy,
And then after that, I remember that's when I got in the call with Arky, and then a little bit later, it was like October. Remember, I think it was Halloween or the day before Halloween. I started. I was like, fuck it, bro. Let me stop being nervous. Let me try to get in the stream because I didn't really like e-dates. I don't like talking to girls in front of the camera. I like watching it. That shit hard.
You don't like talking to girls, period.
Okay. I just
Like,
feel like.
Do you see how he had to throw it in front of the camera so he can look cool?
He's
like,
like,
I'm trying to be
I like
I'm not
talking to
trying
bitches, but off the camera.
No, I just.
You be doing that, bro.
No, I just
like,
feel
damn,
like
we
I just
know
feel like
you got
I don't-
green dick, bro.
No, I just feel like I don't feel like I know how to make it entertaining to talk to a girl in front of like a camera to make people like, you know what I'm saying? So I decided to go in for like some fun shit like the Halloween contest, and that's when I was Stitch. Yeah, I was Stitch, and he was cooking my shit because he's like, your shit not a costume, your shit a onesie. Like, what the fuck? Like, I think at least I put some shit on. Like, what? And then I started flaming his fucking weak ass Superman costume. That shit was weak. And then yeah, I was just streaming. I was streaming a lot. That October, I went live every single day in October. After that, November, December, I remember that's when people started calling me an industry plant because I just popped out with like 900 subs or some shit like that. And I had like 15 viewers with 900 subs. They was just going crazy on my shit. I don't know. And
I remember that's when I first heard of you too.
And then yeah, that was around the creation.
I remember that New York window that you had.
Oh, that nigga turned around.
Everybody thought my shit was fake.
Oh my god, you had a fat ass too. Oh, and some things don't change.
No, he was the original industry plant, bro. His first stream, he didn't have a lot of viewers. His second stream, he had 300 viewers.
No. 300 back then. 300 was like crazy.
Yeah,
bro.
it was like 100. Yeah, like 100.
No.
You had
Like
100.
No, like I remember I popped up with like a Q&A and I hit 100 and everybody was like, "Who the fuck is this?"
That was like your second stream.
Yeah. But 300. 300 back then was like fucking insane, bro.
Yeah,
Dude.
Insane.
No, I remember 100 was like, oh my god, bro, I fucking made it, bro.
Yeah, it was like, at first it was like 50, and then it was like 100. 100 was like the default, and then, I don't know, I don't remember where it went from that. I think it was like 200, 300, and then it just sort of, that shit just went crazy.
To us, like people in BSB, 100 was like, that shit was insane. Like, I feel like it got so, I don't know if more people just got on the app, but I don't know, we looked at it so differently, like the numbers was.
Yeah, my view of it got so skewed, bro.
I feel like since we can all say like we didn't have to do one viewer grind for 4 years. Like our starting situation was a little different than most people. That our view of the numbers might be a little bit more skewed. So that's how I view it.
I could definitely admit to that. My
Because
view of numbers is
me, like, yeah, my second stream, I had 100 viewers, and then boom, like maybe boom, then I kept going, and then my brain for some reason, like, I'm like, when I don't see that 100 viewers, I'm like, what the fuck am I doing wrong? Like, I don't know, because it kind of, I don't know. It's like it's a stupid thing to complain about, because thank God I was even like able to like not start at zero. Starting at 1 viewer has to be like, it's gotta be pretty fucking hard. But
I started off like that. Yeah.
I started off like that for like 30 days.
I remember
I had 2 viewers.
I wanted to hit affiliate, so I would like go around my house and make accounts and then join my stream.
Yeah. No, I was on my PlayStation, my laptop, and my PC on my on my stream so I can get affiliate.
so yeah, mine's a little bit different than yours. Because I remember, you would grind Valorant 1 to 2.
Yeah, that was what it. Well, that was. I had 2 viewers, so like that was it. Like it was literally 2 people would tap into my entire stream for 30 days. Herb and Prui. Oh no, not Prui. It was oh my god, I forgot his name.
Yo, you forgot his 1 viewer.
I forgot his name, bro.
Oh fuck no.
He hasn't tapped in ever since then though. That's why.
And
it was literally 3 years ago.
And you were similar too?
Yeah, I was at I was playing 2K like in 2020, but that was like, but like as in like series, it was like like 2022. My first viewers were I think I was like 4 viewers for a good minute, like 4 viewers, and then Herb was funny enough one of those viewers as well.
Oh yeah, Herb. Herb loves tapping in.
Orchestrator.
Herb loves the underground, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
And then then it started pushing to then I'd do streams with Rav. I remember, and I'd go to 30 viewers and 50, and I remember I didn't tell YG, but YG didn't stream one day, but he played CS:GO with me, and that's the first time I ever touched 100 viewers. I still got that screenshot to this day. I remember.
Damn.
I still got that shit, but yeah, that's the first time I ever touched 100 viewers.
What about you, Arky? What is your progression like?
My first stream, I don't know what. I think I was at like 6 viewers because it was just everyone in the Discord call just watching my shit.
Aww.
Then we just chatting, and then this guy named Gershom or Killer was in the call.
Killer.
And then I think he was streaming, and then I remember I literally asked him, I was like, "Yo, bro, can you rate me?" Then he rated me, bro.
That's a good call.
But because he got rated by YBG, and
okay.
then I was like, "Yo, bro, can you rate me next?" And then he was like, "Shit, fuck it, bro." And then he rated me next, bro.
Wow,
and
bro.
then I was at like 50 or 60 viewers, and then boom, I went live the next day. I literally went to Dave's Hot Chicken, got the hottest tenders, did them, and then I got 20 viewers, and then I was at like 20 viewers for like a good like 2 months, like a month, and I just started like understanding streaming, and then when I understood it, boom, I go 30, 40, then 50, then 60, 70, 100, like over like the past like maybe like 3 months.
What do you mean you
Or 2
understood
months.
it?
Like the first, I didn't know what was entertaining to people, or because like I would watch streams, like I knew it was entertaining, but I didn't connect them. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't like, this is what someone who's gonna be tuned into a stream would probably like to see.
Yeah.
So I was like,
streaming.
yeah, because before I was in a Discord call just talking, and then I was like, now let me try to entertain people. So then I was like, I'm gonna do like I'm gonna get like the spiciest tenders I can do. I'm gonna do like a Q&A with a girl. Like I'm gonna try to do this, or like I'm gonna like answer spicy questions. You know what I'm saying? I would,
Nigga,
like,
you
do-
really understood that shit. Nigga, put a girl on the screen, nigga, ask her a few questions, spicy questions. God damn.
Yeah, bro. Like I was trying to understand it, and then I was like making like diss tracks against like Malik,
Oh,
or
yeah,
even
yeah.
like other people, just like starting beef. And I was like, okay, this is working. So then I kept just trying to figure out, and then I would slowly go up, slowly.
I remember I tuned into your stream when you were making the song for Kisora.
Oh yeah.
How many viewers were you at when you decided to fly out to New York?
Dude, that was my first month of streaming.
I think 15.
First month.
Wow.
So
Like, it was like my first month.
why? I mean, that's fucking insane.
I
I
was
was 15 viewers. You're like, I'm gonna
15
fly out to
viewers.
do a stream with a girl. Why?
50. I was in a call with Nas and Malik, and I was like, bro, I think it's a good move, bro. Like, I don't know why. I was delusional, bro. Like, one thing about me, I was delusional. Like, I would just think, I was like, yo, bro, this is gonna work. And then they'd be like, I remember someone told me, they were like, you shouldn't, I don't know, I forgot who it was, but someone was like, I don't know, bro. Like, it's a lot of money, bro. Because I had to pay for the B&B, the flight, the materials for the stream, all that shit, bro.
That's
then-
crazy.
Yeah, I spent like 2,000 something, and like I didn't have a job, I didn't have nothing. I was really broke, so I was like, that was a lot of money for me. That was a shit ton. I spent like 2,000, and then I remember someone was like, it's not the smartest, but I was like, dude, I'm just gonna do it. You know, I was like, fuck, I'm just gonna do it. Boom, went out there, and then I was at 15 viewers like literally like 2 days before them streams. I had like 100, and I got like 175 viewers, and I was all like, boom, like to me that was a success. I was like, boom, I'm happy with that.
What about you, Nas? Can you remember the first time you touched 100 and like the evolution?
I remember the first time I had 100 with no raid. With no raid, the first time I had 100, I think it was during the Subathon arc. It was during the Subathon arc, and I went live. I was like, fuck, I'm gonna go live and really talk about this shit, because it was when the whole spider webs was like going around, the whole spider webs, and there was so much like connections. And I remember I was just farming everything, and I remember nobody would post my shit in the comp ever. And I was like, bro.
Well, back then it was the Reddit.
Dude,
Yeah, the Reddit.
I remember somebody posted one of your clips, and then niggas was like,
Get no shit out of here!
Yo, he posted
so
that.
mad.
He posted that himself.
We're posting Nas clips now. I remember.
Niggas was
Yeah.
so mad that I was in the comp.
People don't like new people.
No,
bro, that Reddit used to be evil, bro.
No,
People don't like new
literally.
people.
I think the first time I was in the Reddit was, I did the and what with the Sunny shit.
Oh,
that was
no.
and then
Oh,
Jason pulled that up. But it's like, I mean, niggas was like get Nas out the comp. It was like
It was more just like, yeah.
it was just there on some
just
shit.
there, yeah.
But the first time I had 100 was the whole Subathon, and it was like the whole Spider-Verse shit. And I remember I was talking to J-Dab, because J-Dab also had like a whiteboard, and like I was jumping. That was the most energy I put like into a stream back then, and I was jumping around my room. I was doing flops on my bed. I was just doing like a whole bunch of bullshit. And then I remember they put it in the comment because I was making up random like scenarios in my head for the Bopathon, and I was putting like fantasies into niggas' brains, and that was the first real time I was like in the com because they included my name into the Spider-Verse and my theories and shit. And yeah, I hit like I think 130. I ended that stream. I was happy as fuck. I was just smiling. I was like, shit, bro, this shit worked. This shit, fuck it.
Did anyone else feel resistance when they first went into the con?
Resistance?
Like I don't know.
I think everyone did.
I just feel like that's the internet in general. So like, if anybody like
when they were first getting into the community, there's always people like, yeah, this guy's not funny.
Then talk about
bro, like
BSB,
BSB, bro. They hated us, bro. They hated us because y'all though. It was y'all.
The com hated BSB because of us.
They hated us.
Yeah,
I was a YBG. I was YBG 2.0 for a good portion of the start.
That's what niggas. Yeah,
a good portion of the start. So a lot of the things that I did was like, I wouldn't say it was like downplayed, but it was like, oh, it's just YBG 2.0.
I mean, that's what niggas would literally put on everything he did. Like, imagine doing anything, and it's like I might not even have done it first, and it's just like, bro, I'm just doing
that already was like a different thing. So it's just like, but when you feel resistance, you just gotta try to just like, bro, love or hate, you gotta just make them watch, bro. That's what it is. That's what it is. That's why I just try to just cement myself to just like, you know what I'm saying, be on that list like I said before. I even made an alt account on Reddit to, you know what I'm saying, like just to be like, yo, I like that Yuki guy. Just like, you know what I'm saying, on some shit. Like,
you gotta love yourself, bro.
Yeah, but you just gotta just if the resistance, you gotta push, bro. If you want it.
Did it affect you?
Yeah, at some points, maybe when sometimes I used to butt head with YBG, I probably would bring it up and be like, you know what I'm saying, or he would say something that, you know what I'm saying, maybe at the early stages would have like got me upset, and then I'd be like, bro, but no, let me at the start, yeah. But now, you know what I'm saying, I guess you get used to it. You know what I'm saying, you just get used to it for the most part. But at the start, it was like, damn, bro, can I ever do something myself? At the start, hell yeah, it was something serious.
What about you, Arky?
At first, people thought I was handsome, so it's like it wasn't that hard to get.
This start was different.
No. When I saw Arky, nigga, I had googly eyes, bro. I had a lot.
You have such a different arc. You came in, everybody was like, "Yo, this guy's buff,
this guy's
handsome,
beautiful. What doesn't he have?"
I literally remember watching that shit.
And my first time rizzing, I got so lucky because it was Yuri, bro.
Oh, yeah.
And then like Yuri was like super like she was like nice or whatever, and then like bro, like she was glazing. So then it was like, dude, he just rizzed Yuri. Bro, he
took down the queen.
I know. Sorry, that hurt.
So yeah, bro. So like I was kind of lucky, and then boom, that was like the initial, and then moving forward with BSB, then it would be like resistance. Like I would say like people like kind of like knew me, but they didn't really know like about Nas or Dylan, and then like they kind of didn't like Malik that much. So then it was like I was kind of like the head of like the PR. So then so then we were just trying to just work through that. But for me, it was like, I mean, because people they weren't gonna be being mean to me, they were being mean to them. But it was like for me, it was like fun because it was like a game. Because I was like, oh shoot, how can we get everyone to like us now? You know what I'm saying? Like for me, I was weird. Like I was like,
that's a good way to think.
Like I was like, like if no one likes us, bro, how can we get everyone to like us and then we gonna be tight? You know what I'm saying?
Nigga,
we gonna be cool.
Nigga, if people didn't like me, I'd be like, nigga, I'm ending stream. I'm never streaming.
I wanna kill myself.
I'm gonna kill myself. Like they hate me, bro. I hate me too.
No, yeah, bro. I was weird. I thought of it like a game. Like, I was like, how
amazing.
can we get everyone to fuck with us?
Oh,
yeah, that was weird. And then we just kept like doing stuff, and then slowly people were like, these dudes are kind of funny, and then it kind of just got better over time.
Then fast forward to the first time I met everybody in person, which I think was a huge event. Probably for y'all, like the leading up to it was a huge thing. But the Dallas B&B, Jason's birthday. And during this time, like Jason's about to join FaZe. He, sadly went through what he went through, so he's single. Boom, going crazy. At the very, very peak of everything. Boom, buys a mansion, puts a bunch of girls in it. Arky's there, Yugi's there, I'm there, YBG's there.
Dude, I accepted my
out there.
Bro, I was so close to going, like because I remember Jason would like troll. He'd be like, if I saw Nas at my door, bro, that shit like I would like he said something, and I remember I bought my ticket. I bought my ticket to go. I had no plan. Sometimes you just literally got to take that risk. I had no plan because I seen Arky. I was like, Arky, he was taking risks, but when you're taking risks, you never want to push the impossible. So I bought the ticket, and I was like, if Jason gives me the green light, any kind of green light, I'm going. And I guess I just didn't get that green light, or I just felt like it's not enough. And so I just was like, nah, I'm not gonna go.
It would have been scary if you went.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie.
I don't know how I got in.
No, I'm not gonna lie, bro.
How did? Okay,
That's a good question.
I just finessed.
I barely got into.
I finessed.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Well, because at that time, I think, and a lot of times, like I'm just gonna be honest, like sometimes I only get into things because, like I'm close with y'all, and y'all are, I guess more tapped in with the streaming shit. So I kind of just sometimes sneak in.
For me, but like I wasn't even like really like close with y'all like that.
Yeah,
yeah, no, that's where we got close.
Yeah, bro, I finessed, bro. I don't know how I did it. No, I think I was on one stream IRL. I was on, right?
I think it was.
But at that point you were already doing the Bobathon shit.
You were doing the Bobathon shit.
Oh, yeah.
And you were cameramanning, but you didn't go there to be a cameraman.
Oh, no.
Because he had lasers.
No, yeah, but I only cameraman 3 times for him.
Wow.
So yeah, it was on 3
I
times.
think
People
it was ratio. It was no, it wasn't. It was something, but I don't know. I don't remember exactly.
Dude, I remember I was just typing jokes. I was all like, "Oh nah, bro. Like I'm not gonna lie, it'll be mad lit at the party." I was just saying shit like that. I was saying mad shit that I was like, "Nah, we about to get mad lit at the party in the chat."
Oh my god! And then I got added to the Discord call.
Yeah, and I remember, and then Jay was all like, "Should we get Arky?"
In the Discord call.
Yeah, and they're like, "Fuck it, bro." And then they added me, and then
I remember that.
And then I was in there.
That was the first time I ever really talked to you because you were in the Discord call with your red hat. We were all fighting back and forth.
Oh, I remember that.
You bitch, whatever the fuck we talking about. And then yeah. So I'll start from the Discord call. So I mean, you wanted in, right?
Yeah. And I got in, bro. Like I was really just trolling. I was like, nah, bro, the Discord call would be lit with me in there,
bro.
And then they added me, bro.
I remember
and I was like,
that
oh
shit.
shit, I'm in this bitch
Bro,
now.
that nigga manifested that shit right into existence, bro. Holy fuck.
And then from there, we all met each other, and as they already talked about, the dynamic in person, it's so strange, but it's exactly the same.
Yeah.
I don't know how.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just nobody is awkward. Nobody's like a fucking.
No,
creep
it was weird
or
how
weirdo.
easily Arky fit in. It was so weird.
Just like everybody. Like
Wow.
I met y'all at the airport. I just dabbed y'all, hugged y'all, took you to the B&B. I met Arky. We were all playing basketball. I was like, "Yo, what's good, Arky? Nice to meet you, bro." And I just remember you were so cute and like you would always smile all the time.
Like I was super quiet too back then a little bit. Like
Yeah.
I was still growing as a term, like getting out of my shell. Like I was just always quiet guy.
But what were you thinking? Were you nervous? Like, what was your thought process? Because you were meeting a lot of people too. Like,
yeah, I would say I was nervous in the fact that I was like, I don't do this type of stuff, So it's like I never like been at a crib with a bunch of friends and like just got lit. So it's like I was like, oh shoot, I don't know what to expect. So I would say I was nervous in that sense.
Yeah, that's when I first discovered you don't drink.
Yeah.
You don't do
anything.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh shoot, bro, like am I gonna be like a loser? Because I was gonna be like, yo, bro, like I don't drink, I don't really do nothing. And then
Niggas respected it.
But
nobody was like, yo,
but then
bro,
everybody was like
bitch.
cool as hell. I was like, oh shit, bro, like you're good.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh shoot, bro. I was like, bet. So like they were cool.
Yeah, I still remember you meeting you and we were all playing basketball in the garage.
Oh yeah, and I was ass at basketball too, bro.
And you beat Jason
Oh, yeah,
bad. You beat Jason bad. You was mad. Oh, boy.
I was in some lucky ass shit.
I was behind the screen. I was like, yes!
I was like, Arky beat Jason. I was like, impossible. That was
Yeah, bro. I mean, even meeting Yugi, bro. All of our dynamics is like, it was just
clicked.
It was clicking the Dallas B&B, super fun. And that was the first time I witnessed like Yugi and Arky's like work ethic because I wasn't booting up for DLCs. Like I didn't have all the shit. What were you booting off? You already had the Samsung and everything. Like
I bought the Samsung for the birthday.
Wow.
That bitch was $1,000.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit, bro. But like I seen Yugi had the Samsung.
You already. Okay.
I think he got it like a couple weeks before. So I was like. Cause I remember we did like a DLC and then like he had the Samsung and I was like, dude, his shit's tough, bro. I was like,
I remember.
And I was like, boom, I gotta get it, bro. So then I got it, but that was a lot of money for me, bro. I was like, oh fuck, but I got it.
Yeah, and then I remember like, I was really viewing it. I never thought I was gonna be a streamer. I even to this day I'm still in school for engineering. Like that's my parents. They pushing up on it. Like even when I told them I was gonna go out to Dallas to meet a bunch of people I met through Discord, they thought I was gonna get like molested or something. Like somebody was gonna come touch me. Like they don't. My parents, very traditional immigrant parents, like meeting friends through Discord, like, that's not how you meet people. Like, even Jason, they still think to this day, like, he do cocaine or something. or like I don't know, even like
made his hair blonde.
Yeah, or like they think he's like trying to like fuck me or something. They think he's like gay.
Oh yeah, LA sissy boy.
Yeah, I mean, how did y'all parents view that? Like, I mean, we could talk about that. Like, you're like, okay, mama, I'm going out, and I'm go.
Yeah, what would you say?
I just said, Mom, I'm going to Jason's party. That's what I said. And then, yeah, I mean, it was more of a thing where it's like, because I had prior, like, the Vegas thing, the first TwitchCon, was a little, like, iffy. Because my mom was more like, I need to know who you're going with.
Yeah.
So it's like, I mean, at that time, I think I had already met up with YBG. I had already met Arky at that time in person as well. So that one wasn't hard. I was just asking, like, these people are going. It's for Jason's party. He got this big mansion, and yeah, for me, it wasn't that hard.
What about you, Arky?
Me? Oh yeah, I remember. It was kind of easy for me because I would just tell my mom I was working. Like I was, Mom, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm going to cameraman. Like I'm going to work. So then I would tell her that. So it's kind of easy.
Nick,
I remember you had a lot of resistance.
Boy, it was different. I almost missed that one because, bro, Jason wanted to meet me a lot, bro, and I could not, bro, because my parents were like, "Yo, you're gonna get fucked out there, bro."
Yeah,
like, literally, like you were gonna get fucking touched out there. I don't know him, and also Jason, bro. There was a point where Jason was going through a breakup, bro, and he was supposed to be in New York, and I was like, "Bro, you could crash with me," and I like, "Mom, Dad, Jason gonna stay here and he gonna sleep in my room in an air mattress." He's like, no, because he's not sleeping in the room across from your sister. I don't know him. I don't know what he's gonna do. No, there were so many times, bro, when I wanted to go meet Jason, just wanted to come meet me. No, canceled, bro. And Dallas, bro, I had to beg, bro, and they were like, this one time you could go. One time, bro.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Fast forward a little bit to July 4th. Like, my sister had to leave the crib because my parents were scared of y'all.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense.
They were like, bro, y'all are having Discord, people that y'all met through Discord stay in my crib. I had to beg my parents to have y'all in my crib. Yeah. My mom was like, fuck no! Yeah. Fuck no, I'm not letting these random Discord people in my crib. And then my dad was like, I was like, yo, Dad, please convince her. So my dad convinced her. And then she was like, okay, but your sister got to stay at a friend or something. Because they thought at night y'all were going to sneak in and touch my sister or something. And that's why... Like dead what the fuck? But yeah, wow, that's how they view Discord.
Nigga, I was like, nigga, what the fuck happened to Santi's sister? Did she move out?
She did.
I was wondering why your sister
didn't
come the whole weekend. I was wondering why she didn't come the whole weekend.
Bro, that's the explanation. I was like, damn, his sister stay out late, right?
Like he's mad quiet in his house.
Mad quiet.
Oh my god.
I was like, did his sister die? There's pictures everywhere of her and shit. I'm like, what the fuck?
Bro, but the same thing with you. That's why Jason just stayed in your crib. They thought Jason was going to go in and touch your sister.
Yeah, he was like, he's sleeping across from your sister, bro. It's going to be.
But yeah, okay, let's fast forward a little bit. Then boom, that was me meeting everybody, the chemistry. And for the first time, that, I don't know if it was the same for y'all, I was like, damn, this feel like good. Like I wish this was like my life. I don't know. Or when did y'all realize y'all were like, this feel good. I want to do this forever.
That was probably that weekend right there, cause I just 10K followers or whatever, and then I cried. So that was definitely the eye opener right there. It was like, damn, fuck it, let's try to do something with this, for sure.
Arky, did you have a different mindset? Like you always knew? Because I feel like your mindset was a little bit different.
I feel like after doing like the stream in New York, that's when I was like, I could do this. And then from there I was just like kind of like always trying to go for it.
What about you, MG?
Bro, since like I used to catch like Shanks raids, I caught the Slicker raid way back, and I caught like hella Jason raids early. Bro, I felt that feeling where it's like, you know, you hit like a good high view count, you're like, damn, bro, like this is awesome. Everyone's watching me. Like, let me do some crazy shit. I felt that shit so often that I was like, I didn't really want all Jason's viewers on me. You know what I mean? I was like, I just want a normal stream, bro. I don't really want to have to extensiate myself and be like, damn, the view count's high as fuck. Let me start acting out. So I would just like kind of dodge shit. You know what I mean? So it got to a point where I was just sort of like, I was like, it's a raid, bro. I'll get money from it, but it's like, I just want to be I don't really want to have to put on a lot of extra. I should. Because it happened so often, bro. Back in the day.
But Dallas meeting everybody, did you think, this feel good? I wish this could be every day. You were like, this is fun.
Bro, I was like, this is great, bro.
But I'm out.
But like, I need it in like increments because like my battery is like super short, bro. So it's like nearing the end of every trip, I'm always like, bro.
You always dip early. That trip you did like early as fuck.
Yeah, bro. Because I was like, bro, I'm
I'm
running out, bro.
You dip.
Running out of shit.
He dipped mid dinner.
I would dip the day before Ron came.
Yeah.
That's sad.
But then boom, yeah, we meet each other. Then probably one of the biggest things happens later, DreamCon. So talk about DreamCon. You already talked about it a little bit. You already had this trip planned for a year. BSB.
Yeah, so it was Nas, Malik, and I.
It was a lot of other people.
Oh yeah, and there's like 5 other people. We had the trip planned for a year, but then some people fell out. Some people were like, oh, I can't afford it. But then I was still like, hey, fuck it, let's go to a convention. That was my first one. And then I was looking. I think I came to Nas and I was like, Nas, is this shit even lit? Because I didn't know. And then I was like, nah, bro, we gotta go, bro. We gotta make it happen, bro.
Because DreamCon, like, I would see DreamCon years beforehand, and I'd be like,
Berlisi doing Family Feud.
I was like, I need to be there because I love all of them. I love Berlisi, I love all of the RDC. Like,
Caleb City was there.
I just trusted Nas, and I was like,
gotta
fuck,
go.
bro, let's go, bro. Let's check it out. And then we went. And then, we were going, and then we were ready to stream and just grind and just do whatever. I didn't really know what to expect at a convention. I had never been to one. And then, boom, when we were there, and then we heard that FaZe was going. So then FaZe was also going. And I remember Jason didn't have a cameraman, but like I think I streamed the day before he got there, so then everyone kind of knew from the community that I was there. So then the morning of the convention day, Jason was like, dude, I don't got a cameraman. And then his whole chat was like, bro, call Arky. And that was like the start. And then I remember I was streaming. And then I was just running around, just like doing dumb stuff. Like I was like racing people and just doing whatever.
I was watching.
And then boom, and then like all of a sudden I get a call, and then it was like Jason was like, yo, Arky, bro, can you camera for me like right now? And I'm streaming, and I was like, dude, do I end my stream? And then but this was all in like 1 second, and I was all like, fuck it, let's go. And I just ended my stream, and then I pulled up on him, and he was like, damn, bro, like you really ended? And I was like, yeah, man, let's go. And then from right there, then I rated Nas, and then it was Nas and Laser. And then I remember Nas and Laser, they were just like walking around and shit. And then at first I was like, oh shoot, bro, like they about to sneak in with us. Like I was scared because
I knew he was
like I didn't want them to make me look crazy. Like I brought the 2 black niggas trying to sneak in. I was like, oh fuck, but I didn't say nothing. I kept quiet. But I was thinking it. I was like, yo, bro. I was like, yo, bro, do I say something? I was like, fuck it, nigga. I'm gonna be quiet.
Don't let them niggas in. Don't let them in. What is your thought process? Like, so he end stream raids you, and you're just with them, and you're like,
hey, he ended stream, he raided me. I'm like, fuck. Now what do I do? Like, I didn't know what to do. And I remember we was walking through the crowd.
And then I was like, yo, Jay, bro. And then I just pointed at them, and I was like, yo, bro, like, they cool? And then Jay was all like, who that? I was like, oh shit, Nas and Laser. And he was all like, pull up. And boom, and then that was the start.
I remember that was like, we was walking through the crowd to go over there. That was my first time getting recognized in person. I was like, oh shit. I was like, what the fuck? And then yeah, we went over to the gate. And then because I didn't want to mess up like what Arky had going on. I was gonna leave. I was gonna dip. And then I look up, I see Laser tapped me. He was like, look. And then I look up, I see Jason. He's like, yo, pull up. I was like, what the fuck? This is my first time meeting Jason. He's pulling me into backstage. I was like, nah, this shit is insane. And then right after that, that's when all the FaZe Plus, like Max, Silky, Rage, and everybody, I was just like, damn, what the fuck? I'm still streaming. I'm still live. Like, this shit. I have the VOD. Like, I did have the VOD.
I remember, like, I was cameraman, and I keep turning around, and I see Nahi. Yo, it's good, yo. It's good. And then he in a room with Duke Dennis and fucking Kai Sanat, everything.
Oh,
just talking about, yo, it's good, y'all. Oh, my God, bro. Like, did I make the right move? I said anything.
oh,
bro,
my
like,
God.
dude,
You thought he was making you look
Yeah,
crazy.
no, because
What do you think he was gonna slap you up?
I didn't want to slime him out. That's what I was thinking.
Arky was thinking of slamming him out though.
No, bro. I was the one that, like, I was like, yo, Jay, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, yo, Jay, bro, like, really cool? And then Jay was all like, who? And he was like, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? And then it went like that.
You could have been like, no, not them niggas.
Yeah.
No, you literally could have said
I
that.
could be like, yo, Jay, don't not let them in. Please, tell them no. Do not let them in.
Like, I did as just wanted to leave. I didn't want to bother, like, Arky. I didn't want to fuck up what he had going on.
Oh my God.
I just wanted to dip.
You were streaming in that room. It's crazy. Wow. You got everyone. You're just like,
Everyone's in there.
That's
Dude, Kai,
crazy.
Phantom, Asian, like,
Yeah, I remember
Berlisi, Dante, and Nas in the. Bro, what's good, y'all?
Hey, there's a bunch of niggas in here. What the fuck? Like, wow.
No, literally, I went up to, it was like the green room. This is like after, like everything after because there was a creatorly green room and there was a green room at the top just for the creators. And for the Creators League, I didn't know what to do in there. I was interviewing Cash Nasty. I was like, "What? How much for the fit? How much for the fit?" Like I was doing bullshit. My whole chat is telling me, they're like, "Yo, Nas, you gotta go talk to this person. You gotta go talk to this person. You wasting the opportunity." I'm like, bro, I'm chilling, bro. I'm not gonna do too much. I'm not gonna look crazy.
Bro, like you go to Kai, stream with me.
Yes,
It's sturdy, Kai.
That's what they wanted me to do.
I know, obviously,
and I'm like,
bro, but that's just like, you gotta read the room, bro.
This is not how social interactions go. It's like a whole bunch of like losers in the chat just telling me to do some bullshit.
No, don't call them losers.
Yeah.
No. Some of them niggas was losers.
Well, no, they still here. They still here, bro.
Come on.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. A lot of a couple of them still my mods.
Yeah, come on, bro. They're all losers now.
And they were just telling me to do too much. I'm like, bro, I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna just play my role. I'm not gonna do too much. And I remember I went upstairs. I'm still just chilling. Ippy comes up to me. He was like, yo, nigga, you supposed to be here? I'm like, I was my
Who? Ippy, that's RDC.
Oh,
Dude, my heart,
He a big
Like,
nigga, bro.
like the big black one.
Big,
Oh,
bro. And he's
skinny dude?
scary
Yeah.
now.
Oh, yeah.
Bro,
He
my
good at
heart
basketball,
was. I was like, oh shit. I look at Jason. I was like, yeah, I'm here with Jason. He looked at Jason. He was like, he here with you? He was like, Jason, yeah, he here with me. And right there, I was like,
Nah, I'm not lying. That was me, nigga. End stream, nigga. See ya. Bye, bitch. Nah, nigga. Ippy, big black ass. Oh my god.
Bro, and then how did the cameraman situation come about? Because Arky's cameraman for Jason. You're just walking around with doing your own thing.
oh, it's because.
And was Laser just chilling with you?
Yeah.
Laser was there.
It was at the start. It was like Laser got picked up at the start. I still have the vibe. I could give you the footage if you want to put it in the thing. And Laser was like, or no, we walk in, and I'm like, I'm thinking in my head, like I'm thinking this whole time, like, how do I get something from this at least to last? Because I really like this shit. And we go in. I see Silky had like a big ass tripod. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, there's no way he's walking around with no cameraman and this big ass tripod. And I was like, Silky, you need a cameraman? And I pointed at Laser. I was like, Laser, this guy, he cameraman for Jason. And then he was like, oh, you'd be down the cameraman? He was like, yeah. And then that's how Laser became Silky's cameraman.
Damn.
And then because me, I feel like I'm nervous, but in certain positions where I feel like it could better something, I feel like I'm outspoken. Like I'll speak in that situation. After that, I was talking. I didn't know what to do. I was like, "Fuck, Laser got picked up. What do I do?" And then I went up to Jason. I was like, "Yo, Ron need a cameraman?" And he was like, "Yeah, I think Ron might be holding his own camera." And then my chat is like telling me, "Oh yeah, he's holding his own camera." And so I was like, "Yo, Jason, Ron need a cameraman? If he do, can you let me know?" And then that's when Ron pulled up, and he was like. This is right before Ippy tried to kick. No, it was right after Ippy tried to kick me out, and Ron came in. He was like, Jason was like, "You need a camera, Ron?" And he was like, "Yeah." He was like, "He's right behind you." He pointed at me, and I ended the stream instantly. I ended, and I that's
Fuck everybody in chat.
No, bro, that's not fucking everybody in chat. That's smart, bro.
That is.
And yeah, that's when it real started for me. It's like shout out Jason, deadass. Shout out Jason and Arky, for real, that is.
Nigga, shout out you for putting on fucking Laser like that. That's crazy.
Hey, yo. Why weren't you like, hey, Silky, I got you? Imagine that timeline.
No, because
Imagine Nas getting sturdy.
Oh, that would have been crazy, bro. Imagine Nas fucking that one girl.
They are both from New York.
Yeah, that's true.
I feel like for me, it's because I felt like I had. Because I seen Laser, he's like talking to me, and he's like, yo, bro, we're not supposed to be here.
Oh,
like,
Laser's freaking
like,
out.
He's freaking out. He's like, we're not supposed to be here. And I'm like, fuck, bro. I have a stream. I have something. I got rated. I'm not gonna just be greedy. So I just said Laser.
Nigga, Laser is Ron's cameraman, bro. He would have became a little sissy boy, bro. It said now he's Silky, now he Baby Woo.
That's Baby Woo.
Wow, bro.
Dude, bro, and Laser was in a bleach costume.
Yes.
Oh,
we were
my
all
God.
supposed to be in that.
Like
bleach
what a
costume.
matchup! Like you got fucking Silky, fucking diamond chain, fucking Laser,
Diamond
and a fucking
grills.
bleach costume.
Oh,
with
Okay,
fucking
but back
samurai.
then, Laser, like, he like,
weaved out.
I met Laser, he was at the very, very, very start, like, he was like,
He was doing a little K-pop dance.
yeah, like, he was a little zesty, a little,
You know, he wasn't
but
Baby Woo.
He was also really young, he was like 17,
Yeah.
16.
No, he was 18. He just looked hella young.
No. When I met him, I think he was like 17.
Oh, when you met him.
Well, on Discord.
Yeah, on Discord, yeah.
Oh, you met him when he was 16?
No! Discord, because he used to be Jason's like head Reddit
You
mod.
said he was gonna be a great person when he grew up. Yeah,
No. He used to be Jason's head Reddit mod. And,
and
I used to be posting in the Reddit when nobody was posting, because that's how I was like, bro, how do I get my name out there? And I was like, bro, like, I'm really passionate. I like editing. Even now, I like editing a lot. And then I was like, I'm gonna make Jason and Eugen edits, and I'm gonna post them in the Reddit.
Good one, bro.
Yeah, and then I made like a really good one, and then Laser noticed, and then he like was like, yo, this guy can be Reddit mod, and then I was a fucking Reddit mod. I was really tapped in with a Reddit, always posting in there, because back then nobody used to post on the Reddit for some reason. Yeah. He had like 1,000 viewers or so, but nobody would post on the Reddit, not really. And so like my shit would always be seen. I knew when I posted on the Reddit, it was gonna get seen. So.
And whenever there was OCS hate, we'd be like, Santi, take that shit down. He would.
Okay.
He would.
I'm not gonna lie, like, yeah, if they would hate farm us, I was always the secret agent.
He was like, that shit, take it down, that shit, he take down.
But
fucking 30 posts a day.
sometimes I would see some things, like, because I was a Reddit mod, I could see who's taking down the post and what. Like, I could see, like, which posts, like, other people were taking down, and I was seeing, like, Jason would go through the Reddit before the stream and then take down the post he didn't want to see on stream. And I used to see the logs. I used to get the little noties in the Reddit log. Jason took down this post. Jason took down this post. Jason took down this post. And then if somebody brought it up, he would be like, bro, why'd you guys take down that post? And I always knew it was him. He was taking down the post. Whatever he didn't want to see on
Jason,
stream.
that was you. Like, your shit would have been gone. Your shit would have been snatched.
Like, he would go through, like, I was always saying that. I was like, shit's a little bit more calculated than you think. Because when he's going through it, you're like, oh, it seems natural. Oh, time to see the Reddit for today. But, like, I don't know.
You calling him a phony right now.
You think that's bad?
I'm just saying.
Well, I have said it on my.
It's okay. I can always edit it up.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I just thought it was cool.
I remember. That was why. Like,
I thought it was cool.
Yeah, I remember to get mod and everything. I got the Reddit mod, I got the Twitch mod.
No, he was moving.
You got a Reddit mod?
This nigga
Dude,
was
I was
moving.
finessing.
What?
I was finessing. Like,
I never got the Reddit mod. He was like, Jason was like, nigga, you gonna take down every single post. And I was like, yeah, I probably would.
Yeah, I remember. I was finesse, bro. Like, I got that shit like early for me, bro. And I was like, dude, I'm controlling the narrative.
No, because like, bro, and then BSB calls it would deadass be like some master class that was going on.
Oh, hell no. He doesn't like me? You're gone from here. Here.
Like, what would you do?
Wow.
Because, like, bro, like, I remember they would post, like, yo, this dude is corny. And then somebody would tag me in the Discord, take this shit down.
Oh, yeah, no. We would start. Yo, Raph would be
Oh,
like,
my God.
oh, Raph, if there's a single mention of this nigga Raph being, like, short or something, he's like, take it down.
Or, like, this motherfucker's corny. Boom, it's gone.
It's gone, bro. And then niggas would be like, bro, what Reddit mod is silencing me?
It was me.
It was him. Or sometimes we would message Laser if we really wanted to, bro.
Yeah. I mean, that dude back then, he was like, yeah.
He was like, nah, not happening. Dude, not happening.
He was a prick. He was a prick, bro.
You gotta let the people talk.
It's their fair freedom of speech. Oh my fucking god.
You would tell us, dude.
Y'all would be masterminding in the Discord?
No, I mean, no. We'd probably be doing like the same stuff that y'all did.
Yeah. Nigga, we're taking down any OCS hate.
Yeah.
It's like, damn, everyone loves OCS. No, nigga. Some niggas out there didn't like us, but they silenced.
Nah, it's the same thing with Twitch mods. I remember when Arky got Twitch mod and I got VIP. That was like such like a win for BSB. And I remember,
spamming.
Yeah, and they were like, oh, BSB, 2 BSB members really got roles in the chat. No, we got to do something about this. I was scared. I thought they was about to take my shit. I thought I was gone, bro.
No, back in the day, niggas just spam.
We used to die behind that mod shit. I remember one time he took away my mod, and then I started spam calling him on Discord while he was on stream. And then I pretended to jump off the building.
I remember that.
I was like, give me my fucking mod back.
Santi died for you, bro. Remod his dead fucking account. Damn, bro.
And I got it back, bro.
And Raph was like, I'm sorry, Jason. Like 3 times in a row. Literally every other day, Raph would literally be on his knees begging Jason for his mod back, bro.
Because he was spamming?
Because he was spamming and banning everyone that said anything. And then he would be like, I'm bored. Bro, no, this is peak, bro. Jason would be playing Resident Evil 4, bro. He'd be playing Resident Evil 4, just doing shit, grinding. The game slow as fuck. Chat, not moving. Raph comes in the chat, bro, Jason, switch games. I'm bored.
He would always say, I'm bored.
And he'd be like, bro, I'm so bored. Your VIP, your mod, gone, Raph.
Imagine one of these days. Okay, imagine now for one of y'all, if y'all are playing a game, chat's moving a little bit slower because you gaming, it's late night,
Yeah.
you play, bro, it's a boring game.
It's a boring game, yeah.
And then your mod is spamming on board.
Oh God, his shit is gone. Oh
Yeah.
God, his shit is gone.
Yeah.
I'm taking his shit. Instantly.
But bro, Rap is just such like a unique person, bro. Like he's
he's
just a
very
little kid, bro. Like if he tell you he's bored, bro, he really just trying to rage, man. You don't take it too serious.
And then boom, DreamCon, y'all became cameraman.
Mhm.
And then that's when did you move out to LA immediately, Nas?
Hell no. I moved after the Subathon. But there was like another event. What was the event? What was the event that we were staying in Suki's Airbnb? It was the Streamer Olympics, I think?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the Streamer Olympics. And I don't know why I came. I just like pulled up. I just pulled up because I know that there was the Streamer Olympics. We all planned a trip too. There was
Wait, was it the 100-day party?
Yeah, it was the 100-day party also, and we was like, fuck, let's try to get in that shit. And I remember, I was like, fuck, because Arky was telling me that Jason and Ron were going to the Streamer Olympics, and Ron didn't have a cameraman. So I was like, fuck, do I text Ron, or do I wait until he texts me? And I don't know what happened. I think Arky left, and then I think he mentioned me or some shit, or I don't know what happened. But then, like later, I got a text and it was Ron. He told me to pull up, and yeah, me and Arky went out the next day, and that was the Streamer Olympics. And that's when that's when chat really like they fucked with me during DreamCon, but this is when they really fucked with me because there was a whole bunch of clips of me doing the side eye shit, and them shits was going viral. It was like he would say some shit, and I just give the camera a side eye and go viral.
I used to see those. Yeah, you would look at the camera. Yeah, you were pretty chopped. Yeah.
And
Yeah, you are pretty chopped.
We're chopped.
Look at fucking flopper.
And I decided to move out to LA. It was after the Subathon. I literally I had no, because after the Subathon he didn't need a cameraman, so I just took a risk. I was like, fuck it, bro. I'm gonna try. I was gonna go in an Airbnb. I was gonna be in a room with like a random family. Just like I was just gonna rent a room in their house and just like stream from there. Arky had let me stay in the B&B that they had, and I remember that B&B was trash. That shit was terrible, and I remember everybody was getting mad. Jason was doing the whole like farming shit on it, and
is that like the conception or like the start of like the G League, like that B&B, like
that was the start, dude. I remember because like it was right after the Subathon, and then like Jason, like he wanted to like build his team. He was like, yo, bro, like boom, like it was me, Redify. And he was like, yo, bro, like I need y'all to be close by because I was a good Subathon, like you know what I'm saying, like let's keep going. So then boom, we could like then me and Redify found like a B&B, and then that was when I was streaming too. So I was like, yo, bro, this is a good B&B, like close to them. And then we stayed there, and then like when I was streaming, and then like people were seeing that we're at a B&B and everything, and then like later like, yo, bro, like can I pull up for Silky? And then I was like, yo, bro, can I pull up for Ron? But I remember it was a 2-bedroom, and it was already Redify, me, Rockin', and then Laser, and then we had Nas too, and me, you know what I'm saying? I never wanted to hold no one back from grinding, so I was like, fuck it, bro, y'all can pull up, bro. So I was like, boom. And then I remember, bro, I was in the kitchen, and then later sleeping in the living room or some shit. Damn. So it was wicked in there, bro.
It was disgusting, right?
It was disgusting.
That's the concept. That's like the start of like.
Because it was just too many people, bro.
G League being disgusting, bro.
It was just way too.
That's like when y'all got the rep of just like being nasty and
I
disgusting.
remember that picture of Laser,
And
just
then
that big ass bag of chips and just eating it, just looking fucking filthy.
I don't remember that.
Dude, Laser, like, he's kind of...
No,
Bro,
but
Laser
it's
doesn't
funny.
care.
No,
Bro.
it's funny
Laser's nasty,
because Laser was eating, he finished eating, and then Rockin' was like, yo, Laser, just hold the bag up, just eat it. That shit look funny as fuck. And he took the picture, and then they farmed the fuck out of Laser that day. He got farmed.
Bro, Laser's just a nasty nigga.
I mean, he's
bro.
nasty. Yeah.
Bro, I remember, bro, I have this image in my mind,
Oh my
bro.
God.
You're on your bed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Laser's on his bed. There's a pile of clothes under Laser. He's in a tank top like this. With his fucking armpit hair and his fucking dreads everywhere. He's like... and then I remember that picture. I'm like, bro, I don't want to be here anymore. It was nasty, bro.
For LA, I had to I lied to my mom. I told her I had a job locked in, and I can't pass up on this opportunity. And DreamCon, that was my first time flying alone. So then she was like easing up to all this stuff. And once I told her I have a job, she was like, yeah, go chase it. And then I lied. I was lying. I came with no plan. But I knew once I get there, I could be able to put the pieces together, and shit. I guess 8 months later, 10 months later, I'm cameraman. Shit. Sometimes you gotta trust the process. Sometimes you gotta go through the tough times. Cause I went broke like 4 times to 0 in LA. I don't know how I'm here. Dead ass. I don't know how I'm still here. I went to 0. I went to negative actually, like twice. But yeah, I mean shit seemed like it worked out. And now I'm after this podcast, I'm gonna lock in. Trust. I'm gonna log back in. I feel like I've gotten comfortable. I don't want to be comfortable no more.
You comfortable being chopped?
I just wanted you to say something because
I was just thinking about something to say because I know you were looking at me to say something, so I was like, what should I say? He's chopped.
yeah, I was thinking of like I wanted you to call him chopped, kind of.
He's pretty chopped.
Because you are chopped. But then boom, next step.
There's TwitchCon coming up, no?
Yeah. That I mean because the subathon, even the start of the subathon, y'all are clocked in. Y'all have a job for 30 days. Like, can y'all talk a little bit about the subathon? Even Yugi, because Yugi, that's when you started making like a crazy amount of appearances and phase, and that's when I remember like you were getting your name out there like crazy. I was like, damn, Yugi's going fucking insane.
That was the month I had, or towards the end of the subathon more than that. That was the month where I got the circumcision. So I was just seeing these guys go crazy, like Arky and Nas and just everyone in general. So you know what I'm saying. You know when you start missing the game, yeah, a little bit. So then when I popped out, it was for the Selena blackball court. That was the first time I ever popped out back again. Like barely being able to walk, bro. I remember it used to hurt crazy, stitches and everything. Ugh. But bro, just being able to just like, you know what I'm saying. Boom. That day happened. I think that same exact no. A couple days after, I think you guys would get flown out, and then at this point the trend was the wars. SLG Airlines, NMS Airline jokes, you know what I'm saying? They're just the trolls. This is when the war, or not a war, but the little scuffle between me and Max happened. Bro, dick on fire. I get fucking slammed on the fucking bed. But it was like, bro, fuck it, just get, you know what I'm saying, get the energy out there, just, you know what I'm saying? Because as of, at that time, I was not up at all. I was not up whatsoever. Just getting into an altercation with like Max, or not, obviously the joke altercation or whatever the fuck. Just being able to do that was fun. Just 100% fun, especially because everyone was there and was enjoying it. And just it was definitely fun. It was definitely something. And YB, everyone was there. OCS being there in general, it's just so fun. It was the day before TwitchCon. I remember.
Yeah, because I remember as like. We're on Discord every single day, boom, boom, boom. Like, back then, I was like a no life. My whole day was just watching the subathon and chilling with my friends on Discord and fucking DoorDashing, bro. And then I would skip my classes and then fucking do my homework and get by. I don't know. That was a weird era. And then one day, you take every opportunity you can to like meet your friends, or at least that's how I looked at it, because I was like, oh, I love meeting these people. TwitchCon is coming up. Hey, we're all Twitch streamers. Like, let's go to TwitchCon. Let's plan it. And we planned it kind of last minute. We got the B&B. And I remember last minute, at that point, oh my God, we forgot to talk about Arky freaking joining OSCS and all that. No, I know that was a big thing. Yeah. Because
why'd y'all let me in?
Okay, going all the way back to the Dallas B&B. Fuck, that was a huge thing that I want to talk about. Like, seeing Arky there and seeing our chemistry with Arky and everything, I think everybody just loved Arky. Like, nobody.
I really didn't talk to Arky pretty much at all at Dallas, but I was just like, I just sort of like observed the way he was moving with everyone. I was just like, he just fits right in, bro. And so when someone brought up like Arky should join OCS, I was like, yeah, why not?
Yeah, I mean, it was the same way. Like, I think I had a few questions with Arky. I still have a selfie. I remember I was just like, Arky, let's take a selfie, and I still have it on my phone. And yeah, Arky, like, I think fit in with everybody else. And I remember we were talking about anime, like up till like fucking 7, 8 a.m. Like
animes and shit.
All that, like, just bonding.
Oh, I remember I was like, yo, what are y'all talking about? You're like, it's love animes. I was like, fuck y'all niggas, fuck that. It's love anime shit. You did? What?
You did?
I did.
Like, you walked up.
Yeah, because no, you were like, no, you're not gonna like it, bro. And I was like, what? Nigga, tell me. You're like, love animes. I was like, y'all niggas weird, bro. And I walked up.
And then cause like. That whole trip, I mean, bro, the cameras were always on. But because the cameras are always on, like, you have to talk to each other and everything. So it kind of forced us, like, we got to talk. So, and then, boom, it just felt so natural. Like, I just loved talking to Arky. I love talking to Yugi, too, and all that. Like, so like Jason would turn off the camera, then boom, boom, camera on. Camera was always on. So, boom, and then on Yugi's stream, he was doing a DLC. We're just sitting in the living room, and how did that come around? Like getting Arky into OCS.
I think somebody just said it. It was like, oh, is Arky officially OCS? And then J-Dub, J-Dub trying to make it about himself. He's like Arky as later on OCS. As later in OCS, welcome. And then they like shake hands or something. And then
like everyone was there.
Everybody just gathered around the table. We're like, fuck it.
You're like, just fuck it. And then I think even Emily was there.
Oh fuck! Nobody missed this one.
Selena was definitely there.
Selena, no, I think Selena was. Selena was like either with Jason or with either with Jason or with Sunny.
Yeah.
I don't think I was there. Bro.
I still remember that initial clip because they made it to an edit. It's still your channel. It's still your channel trailer.
It's still there.
Oh my sure.
There's a good amount of people there.
Okay. Let's explain this. How did you feel seeing your friend boom sign up OSCS when we were BSB and everything?
I remember that.
Me personally, I didn't feel crazy. I just felt like okay, this is a step. This is a step up for Arky. I'm like in my head, I'm like, it's not gonna change shit. I'm still gonna talk to Arky. Like we're still gonna be in the calls for like hours, still talking.
Did it change shit?
But no. But
then
Malik.
There was a little bit of
Malik.
Malik.
Wait.
I remember.
But me and Nas were still like good.
I remember Malik took it hard.
Malik felt crazy, like bro, he felt terrible. I don't know. It's because he like. I want to speak too much for him, but I don't know. He felt like since he kind of felt like an outcast in NMS at some point, that what we built with BSB, it like brought him back and he felt welcomed again. So when Arky left, it was like because Dylan already dipped. So we had 4 pillars. It was me, Arky, Dylan, and Malik. But then Dylan disappeared because he had like family stuff. And then when Arky fell, it was like 2 pillars can't hold up a building. So it was like he felt
Who do you
crazy.
think you are, bro? Marlon? Like, bro, you're not Marlon, bro. Chill with that shit.
He took it hard.
What was your thought process? Like, did it just like did you like us?
Yeah, like I fucked with y'all. And then I remember I think I called Nas. And then I let him know. I was like, yo, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, yo, bro, like, you still gonna fuck with me? And then I was like, hell yeah, man. So then, yeah.
And then I remember we invited you to the Discord after, and we would sit in calls now with you every single day, basically.
Yeah.
Hours and hours sitting in calls with Arky. I remember you were really quiet though.
No, yeah, I was quiet.
He was quiet.
Like I was just spying on
Bro, those girls used to be funny.
And even around that time is when we added Redify to that thing, and I remember Redify.
Niggas used to be screaming,
Scared.
arguing at each other. Yeah.
No, I used to be scared.
Oh yeah,
of
we were
Redify.
scared of Redify because we thought he was gonna dox us.
Yeah, because at the time he was known as a doxer. That's how he got brought into the community. He used to like dox people and like send food to Jason, like his address, not knowing it, or his address like.
It wasn't.
Yeah, but. Yeah,
so, we were scared of Redify.
Very, very scared of Redify that he was gonna like dox us or he was some sort of crazy hacker.
Yeah, we didn't know him, and I think J-Dab invited him, and we were like, bro, we were like, bro, we don't know what the fuck, like we don't know this nigga. All we know is he's a doxer.
The
bro.
thing about J-Dab is he just does like whatever he wants.
No.
He'll speak for everyone.
No,
He's
the
a
thing about
character.
J-Dab is if someone comes to J-Dab, he's like, yo, can I join OCS? He's like, yeah, everyone said you're good, and he'll confront. He'll
speak for everyone. He just speaks for people. But he's just a character. That's just J-Dab.
I love J-Dab.
And yeah, I love him too. And then, so yeah, he was just like, I'm just going to invite Redify. And I remember everybody was like, what the fuck? The world is ending. Because Raph is like,
and I'm
very
pretty sure,
exclusive.
I'm pretty sure Redify, like, he showed us something that showed that he had the Discord
secret,
Plus.
Yeah.
He could see if you in a secret channel. He could see all
God.
the niggas
He
in a
had,
like
like,
secret
hacked
channel.
Discord.
I remember because you and Kanye was like, y'all got secret channels in here? Y'all not telling me
Yeah.
about?
Yeah, no. Back to nigga, bro.
Disperse.
We got scared, bro. We got
That
scared.
was a real life hacker. But yeah, what'd you think about us? You liked us, but like,
Yeah.
what did you think?
Like, we're all good about it. I feel like the Dallas B&B, that's where like I really got to really know y'all. So then after that, it was just.
How did it feel meeting all of us?
Sachi was a little weird.
Me?
No, I'm kidding. Okay. No, bro. Everyone was cool, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was tight with Sunny because with that one, like, DLC, like, I was in the pool and I was walking. bro, it was just always just great vibes, bro. So I was like, hey, I want to just like hang out with them more.
And then we were like, hey, join OCS, and you're like, fuck it.
Yeah, I was with it.
And boom, newbie signing to OCS. Boom, that was May. And then from then, talking calls every single day, streaming. Y'all would do a lot of shit together.
And then up to the Subathon.
And then boom, Subathon, Nas, Arky working full time, 30 days for the Subathon, grinding cameraman. Y'all heard their journey through that. Then following the Subathon, or during the Subathon, as we were talking about, we take any opportunity to see each other. So TwitchCon, big opportunity. I had to convince YBG really heavy again too. Or was it easy for you to come out there? I forget.
You had to convince me?
Just everybody. Was it still hard for you to talk to your parents to be like, yo, I'm coming out. I'm going out to LA.
I don't remember. I think TwitchCon was easier.
I remember there was a call between me and YBG where he's like, I don't know if I want to pull up anymore. And I told YBG, I was like, bro, this could be the last time everyone sees each other in this magnitude. You don't want to miss this moment. I remember telling him that because it wasn't because of your parents, but you just didn't want to come. Yeah. I think it was something. I forgot.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure. I think my parents.
Your parents were cool with it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
there was something that you just didn't want to like.
I think I just didn't want to go.
You just thought it wasn't worth it or something. Oh my god, yes, that's what it was. You said you were like, what do I gain off of this? Or not what do I gain, but like you know what I'm saying? You were like, what like you didn't think it was worth it. And I remember telling you
to pay all the money and everything.
I was like, bro, come on.
Oh, because we had to split the B&B.
Because we were feeling a little bit different, so we was up in the hills. We was feeling a little different. So
that's why I called you. I was like, bro, so are you down?
Because I wasn't gonna stream or anything.
And then you were like, I'm not gonna stream. Yeah. And I was like,
so
it's not about the stream. It's like, bro, just go.
That was a lot of money. So even for me, it was a lot of money too. And then we go to TwitchCon, and it just felt good even before then, because Jason had flown us out for the Subathon because he needed his backing, his people, because all the wars were going on. Yeah. He was like, I need OCS there because Silky had all the SLG people, and Max had all the 5-star people. It was like all the wars going on in the house, and he's like, I need the OCS people. And then we pulled up to that crazy ass Subathon face house. I remember looking around, I was like, what the fuck? I'm meeting all these famous people for the first time.
That was my first time meeting y'all.
Yes, bro. Met Nas for the first time. At that point, I didn't have an impression of Nas, and then just seeing y'all were locked in, y'all were sleeping on air mattresses,
air mattresses,
the barracks. It already felt like I was walking into something. It felt like I was walking into a different world. Y'all were okay, following her, running around everywhere. This shit was happening. People were fighting. People were slamming. Shit was happening. How did it feel? To enter that world, because at that point y'all were already used to it, but maybe the first y'all aren't used to it. Yeah. The camera doesn't turn off for 30 days. Y'all are working.
Dude,
how was it?
It was after the first couple days, I was like, dude, this is really no. After the first day, it was a busy day, and then we had to clean up and stuff. We would have to clean up sometimes, whenever they would go desktop, and I'm like, bro, we gotta do this shit for goddamn 29 more fucking days, bro. Bro, at first it was damn, this is gonna be a lot. But then days started rolling, I'm like, this is good, you know what I'm saying? And I was chilling, and it was just fun, and then it kind of became a routine. So then it was normal. After day 10, it was just boom, just wake up, cameraman, run, and it was just then we would go out in the middle of the night when they were desktop. We would all go out and get food sometimes and just chill, or I would call Yugi and I'd be like, hey man, how you doing? And we'd just be chatting. It would just be so it was fun. It was a lot, but it was manageable.
I remember y'all would join the calls, and then I would y'all would be talking, but also doing shit.
Yeah,
me, I felt I was just happy to be a part of it. I don't know, when it comes to labor, actual labor to me, I don't know. I feel I'll just work. I'm just good at just working.
You work construction then.
I'm good at that shit.
Bro. Work at 9 to 5, bro.
Go work at 9 to 5.
I worked at Panda Express. So I worked at fast food. I worked at a
See,
park.
this nigga love Asian people so much.
You were a little Asian.
That was before I was in the comm.
So you was a pioneer.
But I felt like I was just happy to be a part of it. So it was whatever I had to do, I didn't really care. Cause literally, I was talking to Arky. I was working. I was at the park. I was talking to Arky. I was on the phone. I was like, bro, I want to be a part of this Subathon. Bro, I need a cameraman. I don't know what to do. And randomly, this shit was on some movie shit. Arky, I think Arky hangs up. We were done talking. 5 minutes after that call, I get a text from Ron. Ron's like, yo, bro, you trying to be a part of the Subathon with me? He was like, bro, it's gonna be a lot. I was like, I'm down. Same 10 minutes I bought my flight. I was ready. He texted me, I think the 28th of August going into September. And I just bought my shit. I just bought my shit instantly. I don't care if it was 2 day notice. I don't care. I was going to be there. And shit, yeah, I was just happy to be there. I was happy to work.
But Arky, so you're streaming a lot and you're gaining a lot of momentum during this time. I remember seeing you were reaching the thousands of viewers. Like you're going crazy.
Yeah,
Like
cause it was because like FaZe took a break right before the subathon, and then I was hitting like 5,000 viewers, and that was like crazy. Man, I'm like, yo, and then I was getting like posted by like Youngbasedgo and like Scuba Ryan and like the other guy like just like Fearbuck. I'm like, yo, this is crazy, bro. It was just insane. And then boom, like Jason hit me up. He's like, yo, bro, you want a cameraman for this? Like, I need someone who's locked in, bro. Like I've seen you going crazy. And I was like, yeah, bro, hell yeah, bro, let's do it. And then,
but why?
Boom. Why? I remember I spoke to all my friends too, like I asked Yugi, and like Nas, and I was like, yo, bro, y'all think I should do it? Because I wanted just to like hear everyone's thoughts, man. And then like, you know, people were like, yes. People were like, hey, man, like it's up to you. And I was like, dude, I don't know. Like I just felt like it was like I just felt like I wanted to be a part of that because I knew it was gonna be something special. So I was like, to me, like at first I was like, dude, let me think. But then I thought a little bit, and I was like, this is a no-brainer. This is gonna be something insane. So I was like, I want to be a part of this. And then I texted him. I was like, yo, I'm saying, like, I'm trying to be a part of this. Like, you know, it's gonna be crazy. And then yeah, and then it went that way.
You were already like really close to Yugi? Because I remember
Yeah.
Yugi like, can you talk about that
Yeah,
era?
really
Because
close.
I remember y'all were just like brothers. I don't know. Like I remember I looked back and y'all were just like super close.
Yeah, this was like he was in the process of healing from like the circumcision. You know, like I would just call him just to check up on him because I know, you know what I'm saying, like getting like a surgery or anything. Like you know you be going through it, so I would call him, just check up on him, and then we'd just be talking all the time. And then I'm like, yeah, man, this and this, and then you know he'd talk about his day, and I'll talk about mine, and I just kept chatting, and we got closer and closer.
Till you can't get up, bro. You sit in the bed, you get up just to piss. So I did, bro. That second day was terrible though, and that's when I had called him. I was like, "Yo, bro, I can't do this, bro. Make it for me on today." It was that. it was crazy talk because I had managed to get myself up from my bed into like the lazy boy, and I'm sitting on the lazy boy, and my dick's on fire. I feel high because of the medication. I'm like, bro, go crazy, bro. He's like, bro, calm down, bro. You're like, chill out. You're straight,
Dude. He was freaking out.
I was out of it, bro. I was like high as hell.
I was going through it.
And then, but that's like that process was just like that was probably the only person I literally talked to unless I joined the Discord. But he would like talk and
Remember you would join the Discord and play Persona.
yeah, that's all I would do. Just that persona.
You were always like you were always a little bit wonky though. It's probably because of all the pain in the medicine.
Yeah.
You were always like.
That month
I
I
don't
was,
remember that much.
and that month, dude, I went through a crazy fall off that month. I thought it was over at that point. That ass. I thought because I remember at that point I was seeing Arky go dummy. I was like, oh my god, Arky's going like, you know what I'm saying? Arky's going stupid, which is I was so happy for him. And then he would like, that's how I missed the whole Lotus arc. Yeah, I really wasn't tapped. I was tapped in, but only through stream because I was usually very present and during those things. But then like this whole month, I was just just not into it. And then he would just tell me, oh, like, you know what I'm saying, he'd just tell me all the Subathon days. He would talk to me about his issues, and then he would like kind of grow, like, you know, things like that. Just kind of just happens automatically. It just grows the bond. And then prior to that, we were still doing streams. So like before my surgery, we were like doing streams where like we went to Diamond Jamboree, like just like where we got scammed by the, you know what I'm saying, by the homeless dude or the fake homeless dude. We went to Vietnam, seaside Vietnamese like
night markets.
The night market, Vietnamese night market, and then that's when he would like throw it. This is where I think some of my creativity kind of like, or his creativity kind of like came on to me. You know what I'm saying? Whereas like he would think like, oh, like fucking let's go to Seaside and let's play and let's put up a fucking desk, blah blah blah, for no reason. You know what I'm saying? And
dude, I was stupid.
At the time, I'd be like, bro, Arky, you're crazy. Why are we gonna do that? What is that gonna do? But then, you know what I'm saying? It got people talking, and then for the most part, regardless if it was positive or negative, I was like, okay, so I see his vision now. So that's why, like a little bit, you know, it kind of got into me, and then I would say that's, you know. Of course, during that era, that random era, because at that point we were hungry. We were doing anything at that point. It's just like you name it, bro. You name it to the point where it's like
Boss, just anything at that point, just grabbing anything, and then just picking at each other's brains, and that's what just created kind of more of a bond for sure. Especially after like the Taz arc for this guy, he was like, the beat. What came first? Was it the?
That was after TwitchCon.
That was after TwitchCon.
Yeah.
I think that was the week right after Subathon.
Okay, that was the one after. So
it was
boom.
after TwitchCon.
So right after
that,
yeah,
he hits me with the Taz idea, and I was like, it's his thing, but he pulls me in there, and I'm like, all right, bet, let's do it. It's funny enough, that's where we first butt head for the first time. I think that was like our first fight, because I wanted to be part of his hot ones, but then Sad was part of his hot ones.
Oh fuck! Wait, can we talk about that in a bit? First, okay, so. Boom. Wait, how did the term Yam Fam and all that shit come around? I've always wondered that.
Oh, it was Jada.
What?
Oh yeah, I think I remember that.
What?
It was Jada, because he came. I remember he came to my crib to do a stream at my house, because I hadn't streamed. So he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna do a stream at Yugi's house." And then he comes to my house and he puts a yam on his face. He puts a yam on his face as the meme.
Like that one meme, like get that yam on
Get
your
that yam on your face.
And then I wanted to just recreate it for
Reenact
TikTok.
it.
Oh my
I
god,
remember
that shit went viral.
No, yeah, but that shit hit.
That shit went viral. I remember that.
He told me to go live on Instagram and everything. Like, he was like,
Jada
bro,
told you?
No, he did.
Oh.
I was just doing shit, bro. I was like, bro, trust.
And then I went live on Instagram, and then that's where that clip comes where he's like,
Yam
get that
fam.
yam off your face, blah, blah, blah. But I don't remember
Why
the
are
exact...
you yelling?
Yeah, why are you yelling for? But I don't remember when J-Dub exactly said it, but I remember he was the first one to say the yam fam thing.
Yeah.
Okay, and then, Arky, something I've always wondered is, why do you think the way that you think, bro? Because, like, even back then, now that I'm looking back, like, you really, both of y'all were just doing shit. And you said that a little bit of his creativity or his thought process rubbed off on you. Like, why you're like, bro, let's go to Seaside and let's fucking do a desktop. Like, what the fuck?
I don't know. Like, I would say for me, I wasn't much of, like, a gamer. So then it'd be like, whenever, like, I was in the calls with y'all, and then it would be like, y'all would be, like, gaming, I was weird. I would just sit there, and I would just think. Like, I would just be in the calls with y'all, and I'd just be, like, talking, but then, like, when y'all were, like, just playing, I would just sit there, I would just think, I'd be like, what can I do next? Like, bro, literally, like, still, like, bro, like, I would say, like, even now, like, when I end stream, and I'm just in my room, I'm really just sitting at my desk, and I'm like, what can I do? Like, I'm really just thinking 24/7, like, if I'm not streaming, it's, like, weird.
You just love streaming that much, or
It's like,
are you obsessed with it? Like, that's
yeah, I would say, like, I'm obsessed. Like, I just, like, I'm always trying to think, like, what can I do?
Okay.
Yeah.
And then, boom, the subathon happens. Y'all both, hey, no TikTok!
No, I didn't mean to pull a TikTok.
What you mean you didn't mean to pull up TikTok, bro?
You know, I literally saw you.
No, I didn't click
Teacher, take away his phone. Take away his phone.
Bro, come
Oh,
on.
You
gotta
He texted
put it on the desk.
Bro, put it on the desk. Put it on the desk.
On the desk.
Nobody has used their phone this entire time.
Bro, I was about to use my phone just to
Yugi
check the
hasn't
time.
used his phone. Arky hasn't used his phone.
I was about to take the phone to check the time, bro, and I was like, Santi made a rule, bro. Let me just chill.
Bro, I checked
Put your phone down.
I checked my phone
Put
to
your
look
phone
at
on
the
the fucking
time,
desk.
and then I accidentally opened my phone.
Put your phone on the desk.
accidentally
On the
made
desk,
it
bro. You
It's a
you
rule,
have to.
bro.
It's
You
a
have
rule,
to.
bro.
Fucking
You
god.
have to. You have
You
to.
bitch.
That's what integrity is,
Yeah, bro, you don't know what the fuck integrity is, bro?
You don't have any integrity, do you?
Boy, you're an integralist.
So, where were we?
Boy.
Sounds like a slur. Actually, no, I want to go back to TwitchCon. That's like post-subathon. TwitchCon happens. We all go out there. Jason needs a squad to fight against fucking everybody else, the wars. And I remember seeing everything, and I remember seeing FaZe, even y'all. That's why I was talking about, like, y'all just going so locked. I was like, this is a different world. Like, what the fuck is happening? What did you think, YBG? Because you were also, like, walking into that new. Yugi already had a little bit of experience.
I was sort of just viewing it as just like a third party thing. I mean, like, bro, I remember the funniest thing, bro, was I was with Yugi, and we were like, Jerry, and we were just pissing that nigga Soki off. We were like, Jerry, you not really bad at Jerry, and bro, we just kept spamming that shit, bro. And then after that, bro, and then Yugi started boxing Max or some shit, and then everything started happening. I was just kind of like looking at everything, bro. And I was enjoying just looking at. I didn't want to like just jump in front. Hey, YBG2 here, guys. Hey, that's Silky, but it's YBG here too. I didn't want to really jump in or anything, so I kind of just sat back and just watched. And I didn't jump in the fighting or anything. I was just watching.
Yeah, I remember, like, we were in the room, we were walking around, like, I was in shock, and then I started changing because I was sweaty as fuck from the plane. I started changing, I'm naked as fuck, and Silky walk in the room with the camera.
Silky's
and I
funny.
see Laser behind the camera, like, And then Silky's like, yo, is that motherfucker changing?
Yeah, that was funny.
And then, yeah, I'm naked as fuck. I'm like, what the hell? That's my first time meeting Jerry. And I remember one of those interactions, like, bro, he grabbed me and he was so big. I thought, I don't know, bro.
He was wearing that fucking Under Armour fucking muscle.
Yeah, I was like, this fucking thug is grabbing me up. And
bro, what the fuck? Silky's dead ass.
He's a character, bro.
He's a cool ass guy, bro.
No, everybody was cool. Everybody was cool. And then TwitchCon happens. And I remember I was sad because Arky was supposed to be there.
Oh, yeah.
And last minute he had to back out. He's like, oh, I don't think FaZe are going to TwitchCon. Like, I can't stay with y'all. And I was like, damn, okay. And then Yugi, I met Yugi again after a while of not seeing him. YBG, I haven't seen him in forever too. Everything just felt natural again. And I remember being up in the hills. We paid like a crazy amount for that crazy ass mansion. And I felt like him. I was like, we up in the hills. I'm with my friends. We streaming. Like, this is crazy. And then, boom, last minute, Arky and is like, I'm pulling up. Because FaZe is pulling up. But you pull up early.
Yeah, but I put up early. I forgot why. I think because, it was like a FaZe rug thing. Like, I think we were at FaZe rug.
Oh, yeah, you were in San Diego?
Then, I remember everyone, all like the FaZe members slept at FaZe rug's house.
So, and y'all weren't allowed to.
Yeah. And then I pulled up on y'all.
Yeah, everybody was allowed to stay in FaZe Rug's house except for them. And then that's when I first met Nas. And this is when I first actually like started having interaction with Nas. I was like, Nas is a cool ass dude. Did you ever?
I didn't really interact with him at TwitchCon. I don't think, bro. I'm pretty sure it just
no. You was drunk, but you was just like you would be drunk and you just be standing there just like this, just looking at me. You just be staring at me. I'm like, bro, you good, bro? What's good? I'm like, why is this nigga staring at me? And he's like, fuck you mean I'm good? Fuck you talking about? I'm like, what the fuck? Like, you just see me.
Had you already met Nas?
I met him Subathon.
Y'all already met?
Who, me or
no, Yugi.
Oh, huh?
Like, had y'all already met?
I think. I don't remember.
I think it was Subathon.
Yeah, I think it was Subathon.
It was the debate or the.
That was the first time,
court,
really?
I think. Yeah.
Are you sure? I don't remember.
What'd you think of Nas?
Unless we met you during the Streamer Olympics. I don't think we did.
No, Olympics I didn't go.
Because you had interaction with Nas before, like BSB, like Discord leading up to there. But I guess this was like some of the first times, like him like coming to the B&B with Arky.
Yeah, no, I mean, I just.
So not really close.
No,
we were just streaming.
Yeah, I think it's just.
I remember Nas was really shy too. Like Nas, he would just stay out the way. And I remember the few interactions that I would have with him was like I was doing my podcast thing, and Nas was always like, "Oh, you need help setting it up." Like
I remember Nas, bro. I remember I saw Nas. I was like, "Is that a walking shadow?"
Put on God, you said that.
I was drunk. I remember I said that.
No,
wow.
bro, why would you was drunk? You would just stare at me. Or
oh yeah, no, because I was like, bro, is that a walking shadow?
Oh, you must have, okay.
No, because Nas was bigger than I thought he would be, bro. I was like, who is this big black
I remember
man,
thinking
bro?
that, dude. You were tall as
oh,
fuck.
but I also mix his ass up with Cujo a few times.
Oh yeah, Cujo was there too. But I remember you would just sit there. You would just sit there and you would just watch the podcast.
Yeah, I was sitting on.
And you would just go like this and you go.
Yeah.
And I was
like, that shit was entertaining as fuck.
And then I remember, Nas was like, bro, you did your big one with that one, bro. I like that. And I was like, oh, this guy's nice. And I remember like you would be quiet or like I don't know. I guess you were just shy. I don't know. Was you were meeting it all the OCS meeting everybody like how what'd you think of it?
I don't know. For me, I feel like I didn't feel shy, but I just didn't want to do too much. Plus, I'm like Subathon, I'm tired and shit like that, so I don't really got that much energy. But I remember it was like off of those little interactions, you were like, Nas, you should join OCS. You should join OCS. But I didn't say anything.
I liked you a lot. I'm not gonna lie.
And then you were like, so why would he should join OCS? And why were you drunk? Just drooling and shit.
That's
you
not how
I'm not gonna
it
lie, that
was.
TwitchCon, I don't remember you being sober.
No, I wasn't sober for a day.
It would be 8 a.m. and you were either high or drunk.
Well, no, I got high like later, bro. But I had a beatbox mixed in with some fucking tweeds or some shit in the FaZe shaker cup. I always had that shit on me.
He love that shaker cup.
Always had that shit on me. Cause I like having a good time, bro.
Yeah,
I like having a good time. Bro.
It was a good time.
I had a.
You and Raph would have one sip.
Oh my god, bro. No, I was with Raph 24/7 that whole time, bro. And I would be like, yo, Raph, nigga, take a sip of this, bro. And he was drunk the rest of the day, bro. One sip, he'd be drunk the rest of the day, nigga. And I was real drunk, bro. I was really
fake drunk.
Nigga, I was like 2 beatboxes deep. And then Raph was fucking 3 sips deep, and I'm like, this nigga drunker than me. This nigga's drunk. And then he was like, risen girls, bro. And I was crying. It was bro. That was amazing. I love that. I love Raph. I can't wait to see Raph.
I love Raph. And I remember seeing Arky after such a long time, and yeah, it was cool. It was cool seeing you again and meeting Nas and everything. How'd you feel being in the house? Because you were originally supposed to be in the house, but then you had to back out. But
oh yeah, so it was like it was like I was like oh shit, like I gotta pull up because I didn't think I was gonna be able to pull up at all.
Yeah.
But then it was a thing where it's like I had like a day to myself, so that I was just chilling with y'all. That I was able to catch up, and I was like, damn, bro, this is like fire that I was able to do this. And then and the party thing y'all did,
dude. The thing happened last minute. Yugi was a big orchestrator of that. Mm-hmm. Yugi, that's when I really first saw like Yugi like go crazy. Like I remember seeing Yugi like I don't know. That's when I was like, damn, this motherfucker was born to stream.
No.
Then boom.
Yeah.
We're now all living in the house. Let's give rapping thoughts. That's the history. That's knowing everybody. That's how we got here. Our journeys, like everybody, how they started. So TwitchCon was a big event. We all met each other. That's when personally I first was like, this streaming shit, like it's for me. Like I want to do this. Like the party was fucking insane. Then boom, how did this OCS house kind of happen? Big Bear was really inspiring. I think we've talked extensively about Big Bear because it was very recent. How like it motivated us and pushed us more to stream, especially me and YBG. And Nas at Big Bear. That's when Nas finally got signed officially.
Man, that's when I started loving Nas, bro.
Big Bear is when I fell in love.
No, me too, because that's when you fell in love with Hanneken, bro.
Yeah, you loved Hanneken. You was chilling with her. And yeah, then boom, you get signed to OSCS officially because you just fit in. And at that point, you did the In Too Deep with Yugi. You were really close with Yugi after that. And yeah, you were close with Yugi already, close with Arky already. And it was just like everybody else in OSCS just had to get to know you. And then we became close and we officially signed you to OSCS. And then, boom, OSCS. And yeah, because bro, even since TwitchCon, I was like, I love Nas. I always loved you, Nas. And then the house. At first, it was gonna be, oh yeah, we're gonna go live up in the hills. We're gonna go crazy. Like Jason's gonna buy us a house. And then it didn't happen. But we still wanted to make it happen. And then one day, we're like, how can we make this happen? We're searching for B&Bs. We want to make this happen. This summer, it's got to be an OSCS summer. We want it to happen so bad. I'm looking for B&Bs. Boom, boom. Arky's grinding. Yugi's grinding. And then Nas is grinding. And then one day, we just come up with the idea, wait, why don't we just move in next door? Because the neighbors, they hate... the people next door being so loud because Arky's always fucking yelling and going crazy and everybody's streaming. And Yugi wants to move out of the Watts and be closer because it's like an hour drive all the time to go be with Arky and stream and do everything. And then the conception of the house, the neighbors finally move out because they were squatting or something. And then there's an opening and then y'all fought the neighbors, a lot of stuff with the neighbors. Then there's an opening right next door. Not even next door. We are connected.
Same building.
It's just fate. And we're like, okay, we're going to move in. We figure it out. We pay rent. Then we just come out. And now that's how we're here. And we're all together. We're living together. And we're going to continue living together.
Why'd you make that face, YBG?
And that is the conclusion of episode 1. Yeah.
Whoa, YBG. You say something, bro.
Hey, I'll be back.
That's it? So
yeah.
YBG.
All right, so you gonna stop telling me to say shit. Okay? You gonna stop saying shit for me too.
All right. OCS.
That's the end of it for now, y'all. Hey, appreciate y'all for popping out, man.
Yep.
Stay on some chill shit.
I guess it really was always on some. Oh, that looked bad.
I did a salute.
Oh, wow.
Get that.
Nah, we do. Nah.
I might keep that one.
That's gonna be in there. That's gonna be in there.
Hey.